What up, world? Welcome to an episode of Wrestling Life. As you know, I am the host, Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere, BrandonJaneauShow. Social media, Instagram, Threads, BrandonJaneauShow, Facebook. Oh, Brandon Janeau, I should say. Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show, and TikTok. Shockingly enough, that bitch is still alive. I did not know that TikTok was still alive this long, but it's still here. Brandon Janeau
Interesting.
Show. Yeah, very interesting.
We was all crying a couple weeks ago, weren't we? It's gone.
oh,
It's
oh
gone.
shit! Oh shit! They're gonna take it. People confessing their sins and shit on TikTok. What was going on? Yo, they was confessing their sins and shit.
Bro, how the world get us like this, man? How the world get us like this? This shit
got a
crazy,
couple.
yo.
Got a couple bodies in the trunk. Nigga, what? What you just say? Holy
Yo,
shit!
man.
Yeah, we're still live on TikTok anyway, but it's your new show on TikTok. Really, where you could go is just the YouTube channel, man. You go to the YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow. Comment, like, I do comment back on all the vids, all the shorts. The algorithm is going up, so clearly y'all are liking the vids that I'm putting out, clips that I'm putting out. Same thing on TikTok. So I'm doing
Awesome.
something right. I'm doing something right. Fuck, I don't know. Tonight is a special wrestling life. Last night I kind of went crazy a little bit after the Royal Rumble. Kind of talked down on some people. I'm not gonna say that I'm proud of it because I'm very proud of it because that shit was kind of stupid. Some of the decisions was a little shaky on my feelings. Had to get out my
It
feelings for
happens.
a second.
It happens.
Shit happens. Shit happens.
We
You know,
human, right?
yeah, it happens. So I had to do something special tonight, though. I couldn't just let that ride. It's been 24 hours since the Royal Rumble, and I've been seeing people's reactions all throughout the day go crazy. Some people like it, some people didn't. Some people like the winners of the Royal Rumble. Some of you motherfuckers didn't. Some of you motherfuckers didn't. I mean, it is what it is. Um, so I had to talk about it. What's pretty much what's next for WWE. What's going on next. So it was only right that I asked a couple of people come through and do this with me. And I've been saying that I got a family straight through the ropes. He's been on the show before. It was only right that I brought him back on here to talk some shit with me about this wrestling shit we love. We have gravitated towards. We have watched since we were kids. This shit is hot than a motherfucker right now. So it's
Real.
only right. So it's only right that I brought him back on here. My brother B, Brian Beeline from Straight Through the Ropes. Tell them where they can find you, my brother. Tell them where they can
What
find you.
up? It's your boy,
Oh!
it's me, it's me. Ryan B. What's goody, yo? Thank you so much, Mr. Brandon Janeau. That's the USO right there, yo. All day. Yeah, we love having Brandon on STR, Straight Through the Ropes, Wrestle Talk. If you want to check it out, we on Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You can check us out on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. We're definitely doing some big things over there, and we always appreciate Brandon for sliding in and being part of the crew, man. Much love. But yeah, man, I love the show. I've been watching all your shows you're doing, man, and you be killing it. Like you said, man, you consistent. Consistency is like your middle name, bro. Consistency, ooh, that's right in the building. But come check us out, y'all.
Yeah, man. I had to get some people on here tonight because this Royal Rumble got some people in their feelings.
Yeah,
Um,
it do, it do. People been going in, man, and you know it's been very split. And I've been trying to figure out like where I stand before we talk about it on Wednesday as well. So I wanted to come on and talk with you too. But
mhm.
it's interesting, man. Yeah, I mean, wrestling people ain't never satisfied, bro. That's kind of what it falls into at the end of the day.
Man, you ain't saying nothing but a word there, man. So, listen, man, I'm gonna start it off like this, man. How we feeling about the Royal Rumble? How we feel about it?
I gotta be real. Like going into this Rumble, they super hyped it. It was worthy of super hype. Of course, you got Roman returning. You know, Roman has been the champion forever. So him being able to jump back up in there was definitely big news. You had a lot of story, man. You know, Drew McIntyre's been doing amazing in 2024. I mean, one of the most petty dudes ever. But the storylines have been phenomenal with Drew. Drew made me come back to actually liking him. Because I was saying I was the Drew McIntyre is boring parade for a long time, yo. But Drew came back with the CM Punk in the grave shirts and shit. I was like, yeah, fucking yo, it's crazy.
Yo, 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 who top petty? Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. Top
Bro,
petty.
that's the mania match. That should be a mania match. That's the fucking main event.
Top petty.
Pettiest
Top
of the year.
petty.
I would have to go with. I would have to go. Shit. I would have said. I would have said. McIntyre. I would have said McIntyre for the CM Punk stuff, but shit. KO been wild with
Yeah,
the shirts and coming out with Naomi's shirt was crazy work. That might have won with just that alone. Like
yeah, that's it.
came out with the glow shirt.
It's the
Fuck, nigga.
dub. Did he run to concession to get that shirt? The fuck is going on?
Bro, he probably did. He probably bought it with hard-earned money and shit. He didn't even steal. He bought it. He purchased it with a receipt. the
Yo, that
fighter,
shit
the
crazy.
fighter husband. That's crazy right there. I don't know. He won with that shit right
He
there.
did. Top tier. Top tier.
Yeah. But the Rumble was all right, man. I mean, it phenomenal? Was it phenomenal? No, in my opinion. And it's not phenomenal in the way of like the things that I look forward to with the Rumble, I think. I think the spots where people were coming out and shit like that, I think that's where I was kind of like, man, this is kind of good. Even though the women's and the men's, you separate them and shit, but I would give it as a whole, maybe like I'll give it like a 7. I'll give it like a 7, yo. I'll give it like a 7.
That's
And then we
not
can get
bad.
into it. Man, not
That's not
bad.
bad.
Not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Not horrible.
Yeah, yeah. I think the spotting, like I said last night, I felt like it was a couple of women spots, and I was kind of like, yeah, you could have put some NXT women here. They did not need to put the main roster women on this in this particular
BFAB.
situation. Yeah, that shit is
Sorry.
like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
beef.
Zelina, I'm sorry,
Nah,
bro.
Selena cool. Selena cool. She did a great spot with Jordan Grace. That Code Red was type kind of cool.
Yeah. That was fucking dope right there. Yeah.
But like the Pure Fusion collection, you could have kept their ass at home. They did not need
What's
to make a
wrong
trip.
with them? What's how do they have so much talent in that group and be? You thought Shayna was a failure. The whole group, yo, Zoe Starks is legit a fucking main eventer, bro. I mean, it's crazy that you have Sonya Deville, who's another one. She's definitely proved herself doing the whole general manager role. Sonya Deville has proved herself. Shayna Baszler, let's come on, bro. Like she's the top tier.
Yeah, man.
And then Zoe
Yeah,
Stark
man.
in ring ability. I don't know about her mic presence, but Zoe Stark in ring ability is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
How are they so wrong, bro? What the hell are they doing? They threw all their ass out together. Isn't that fucking crazy? You out here? Yeah. I was like, damn.
the, the most that was some disrespectful shit. They they gave zero fucks on that one. That was wrong. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't
Really,
have.
bro. Really.
Yeah, they wasted like some spots. I'm like, bro, BFAB shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah.
Maxine Dupree, love the Maxine Dupree, but she shouldn't have
Mhm.
been in there. She shouldn't have been in there. Like, let's be real. Like, you could have gave that shit to Sol Ruka, Lola Vice. There's so many NXT women that could have easily used that spot. Shit.
Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I felt that way with the men's rumble too. There was a couple people that jumped in there. Know something. I know we're going to talk about it. But when I saw uh Tozawa, you know, the first thing, bro, I was live. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, did we just waste a spot? But then
Yeah,
but
that
then
shit was.
they did one of my favorite spots of the night.
We can
And
just
they
talk
put
about it.
out
Right,
your speed out there.
we can just talk about it right now. That shit was brutal.
Whoa. When I tell you, I was laughing so hard, I was passed out, yo.
Yo, I literally said to myself, I said, if Brian Spears this dude right now, he will have a fan for life.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I felt the same. I think Triple H knew what he was doing right there because I think everybody was like, yo, thank you. And I don't even hate I Show Speed, right? But it's like, get your ass out. You don't belong in there. You don't belong in there. And
Right.
when he did that shit, I was fucking. And then he didn't just spear him, but the way he speared and the way he fell. And shout out to Speed for taking that shit too. I'm shit.
Oh
I'll
my
probably be
god.
still laying there.
Oh my
and then
God.
threw his ass out the ring. Otis catching him and then launching his ass. Bro, I was crying.
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
said
catch
this shit.
my breath.
I said this shit last night. I said the crazy part is he didn't even get eliminated from the spear. He caught him
That's
and threw the
right.
spit fuck on the table.
And remember, he eliminated fucking Otis in them with Braun. That shit was
Oh
crazy. I Show
shit! But
Speed is on the record for eliminations in the fucking Rumble. That's crazy.
that's what I said. I said the Miz. eh, I told Speed got one more elimination. He tied the Miz for the most eliminations of a
That's
fucking.
crazy.
That shit's. It
That's
sounds nuts to
crazy.
say that shit, but it's true. It's
It's true.
fucking true. I'm
Yeah.
like, this motherfucker need one more elimination. He is tied. A motherfucker that's been in the Royal Rumble 19 fucking times. How the fuck is that?
Mm.
How's
Two-time
that
Grand
possible?
Slam champion. Insanity. That's why
That
motherfuckers.
shit.
That's why Braun speared him. The thing I like, yo, and you know, to mention Braun, I keep saying Braun. I'm ready to say Bronson Reed, and then I'm ready to say Braun Strowman, Braun
Yeah,
Breaker.
yeah.
The thing that's good about him last night is Braun Breaker definitely showed out. Um, I can definitely see where they can definitely go with him. And that's another reason why I love the Rumble, man. It's like you get an opportunity to see a lot of people that you may not pay attention to before, even if it's just for a small amount of time. But there was a lot of matchups in that shit that I was like, yo, I'm down, yo. I'm super down. Even the Sheamus when Joe Hendry came out and Joe Hendry came out and Sheamus saved that shit for me, right? Because Sheamus was in the fucking corner jamming, laughing and shit. I was like, yo, Sheamus is the fucking man right now, yo, because Sheamus be boring sometimes. But Sheamus, I was like, then Jacob threw his ass out and Sheamus was like, what are you doing? I was enjoying that. These motherfuckers crazy, yo.
Yeah, that shit, yo, that shit is crazy. Jacob showed out the most. I think we
Yeah,
saw two people. We saw if it was anything, we saw two people really show themselves and really gonna be the future, and that's Jacob and Brian. I can't say Penta. Penta too. Penta had his moments. That motherfucker was
bro.
eliminated. I'm sorry, he
Pinder
got
was
eliminated.
Pinder was out
Yo,
immediately.
yo, Penta,
Fucking
Penta,
eliminated himself.
Penta, Penta got eliminated, bro. Fuck that bullshit. I said that shit last night. I
He
said, let's
was
be 100.
out.
That motherfucker got eliminated, bro.
He
Y'all
was
funny
out, bro. When I saw it, I was like, no, they didn't just show this motherfucking feet touch. And then
as
try to play us like we ain't been watching this shit for our whole lives. His feet touched the floor. It was out. The
shit.
shadow was on the fucking floor. I was like, oh yeah, they're
And,
gonna ignore it. The
and,
referee, you saw the ref, right? The ref was trying to figure out what do I do? Is that motherfucker out? He didn't know what to do, bro.
the ref was like, "Well, shit, shit, I don't know." Like,
Yeah, I'll call it.
yo, this
Penta
shit
was
was
out.
so bad, man. But
Yeah.
since the Royal Rumble is over, man, how we feel about the two winners?
So
Charlotte won the women's, and Jay Uso won the men's. How we feel about the two winners?
I definitely feel like, you know, I feel like I didn't want Charlotte to win. And it's not because I hate Charlotte. I'm not a Charlotte hater. I'm definitely not. I like Charlotte. I respect her. I think she's one of the greatest of all time. No doubt
Mhm.
about it. I just kind of feel like Charlotte's been going for a while. And the women's division, NXT, TNA, WWE, it's stacked, man. It's
Mhm.
stacked. And you got them all right here. And still, we're going to choose to go with somebody, even though she's great. We're still gonna go with somebody that hasn't been here all year. I just that's the part for me that I'm like, I love seeing her come back. I love seeing her come back. It's great to have her back. But I feel like there's also, especially since she's a vet, there's so much more we can do with Charlotte Flair. There's so much more than just having to put a title on. They hate her or love her. Becky Lynch said it best. The belt defines Charlotte. The belt defines Charlotte. If she's not a champion, what the fuck is she? And WWE has just proven that endlessly. And then on the flip hand, you got Jay Uso, bro. Listen, I think the reason why there's so much backlash with Jay Uso is because there's been so much story built around with all of these other guys. There's story between CM Punk and Drew. There's story between CM Punk and Seth. There's story between Seth and Roman. There's story between Roman and the Bloodline. There's so much story. And I think the fact that WWE finally chose to go with popularity instead of story, it kind of fucked up everything a little bit. The story with Cena is story. It's story ran rampant on this buildup to the Rumble. You didn't know if The Rock was coming. There's so much story. To give it to Jay because of Jay's accomplishments, which is I don't even fucking know it, fully deserved. But it's just, I think that a lot more people thought that, for sure, Punk is in a big story. Even Seth is a part of a big story. He's kind of turning. You don't know if he's heel. You don't know whatever. There's a lot of story for these dudes. And then Jey Uso, who's been great, man. He's been fucking phenomenal. Yeah, he's lost, but he's got the perfect underdog story. Um, I will say real quick also, I don't know what they're gonna do with Jay as the winner. That's the one thing that I don't know. I can't call.
Yeah, I speak on the J one first. It was unpredictable, and
Yeah.
when we get as much as we scream we love swerves, we don't love swerves because
Mm,
that shit caught you off guard so much that you were like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Like, you
I was
saw the
shocked.
you saw the talent in the ring, and you like I said last night, is like out of all the people in that ring, Jay Uso is the last fucking person you would have picked, even with all of the
Telling you.
popularity he had. There's no way in hell you're gonna sit there and tell me he gonna win it over John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk,
Seth
Seth
Rollins.
Rollins.
Yeah. It was him and Logan in that bitch, and I was like, "Yo, I know Logan." I thought maybe they eliminate each other, and then maybe they go back at it or something. But nah, they
Fucking
get that shit
AJ
together,
Styles.
man.
It's like AJ Styles, LA Knight. Like you like you.
AJ coming back too, yeah, bro. That was
It's,
another. I think we're going to see AJ and Logan. I think they're gonna. I don't know why I feel like they're gonna set up something with AJ and Logan, but yeah,
yeah,
bro,
but it just like out of all of those people, even Drew McIntyre getting eliminated that early, it was like, what the
that
fuck
was
are we
weird too
doing?
with him and
Wh-
Damian. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird.
it
That
was
was
like,
kind of weird.
what the fuck are we doing? It just, but because it was so unpredictable, the fans fucking didn't know what to do,
Yeah,
and they put it in your hands. Like y'all been wanting Jay. Y'all literally last week was calling saying that we was killing this push.
yeah,
Now he won the
they
Royal
were.
Rumble. Now he's won the Royal Rumble, and you can't understand it. Like it's like what? Why would he win the Royal Rumble?
But you know
Listen,
what?
I don't know if Jay's gonna be a good champion. I don't. Nobody does. Nobody knows if Jay's gonna be a good champion. It depends on when he gets the fucking belt. I've never been a fan of Jay Uso as a solo star. I love the Yeet. I've been to a bunch of shows now where he's come out the crowd and he's done this shit. You was there just recently.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
how it feels. Well, now you know, like, oh,
that
this
shit's
shit.
incredible. Yeah,
That's it
yeah,
different. Like, oh shit, this
dead
different.
ass.
Yeah, but it's different, and so yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a bunch of fanfare. Yeah, but that fanfare could carry you. Look at Kofi Kingston.
Look, Kobe Kingston. Look at Daniel Bryan.
Look at Daniel
It,
Bryan. Look at that.
there's a lot, man. For people to act like popularity is not a part of it. I mean, I don't know what fucking sport you're watching. I try to remind everybody all the time, yo. It's like I say this shit with the most love for the industry because at the end of the day, yo, we know, you have the stupid people. Me and my wife was just talking about it. You got the people who still run around, oh, that fake stuff, that's fake and blah blah blah. Man, you fucking
Hmm.
crazy. Even she said, like, we'll go watch Braun Breaker. I mean, go watch I be fucking not real and shit.
Yeah.
People go out there, they play online, they do that, endlessly throughout the year, and we appreciate it. But this is a sport that is predetermined. This is a sport that, at the end of the day, they're not UFC fighters. They're not going into the ring and banging it out until somebody is fucking unconscious. It's not gladiators. You feel me? Like, it's not a fight to the death. Like, they put on a production. They put on a
Yeah.
production. They tell a story. So
Yeah.
with the story, it's like you have to tell the story. You have to sell the story with the individuals you want to see in the fucking parts, just like a
Yes.
movie,
Yeah.
bro. You feel me? Like, so it's like for people to not understand that, yo, somebody who is completely over, they're packing the seats, just like fucking Vince and them used to say. They're putting asses in seats.
Hmm.
The merch is everywhere.
Yep.
And not for nothing, bro. Just with that. And then the fact that, yo, Jey Uso, I wasn't a fan of his individual run at first, but the crowd hype, him coming out, him playing the underdog role, that shit took me away. I was all ready for him to be in the bloodline. But then I was like, wait a minute, this nigga, he got something. It's people reacting to it. Bro, I'm all for it, man. Like, I can't see him as a champ either. Like, and I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I'm just saying, like, he's not a lot of story, bro. He's real mellow with the shit. He's just like, yo, I'm gonna prove that I'm gonna be here. Isn't he ain't dramified? Like he just like I'm having fun. Yeah, so it's harder, man. It's
Yeah,
harder.
he, he, Jay is the classic wrestling story. He's the
Yeah,
underdog. He's the underdog that nobody expects to ever win the fucking belt. And when he wins the belt, it's like, oh, okay,
for
okay.
real.
Like, I can see how this is going, but it's like the people are behind him, and again, like it's this thing that we do in wrestling where it's predictability versus storytelling. Like, which one do you
Yeah.
want? Do you want the action, the obvious shit, or do you want the swerve, motherfucker? Like, which one do you want?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true, man. And I for one, like me, be like, I for one, I'm all about, not just like any old swerve to where it's just like, oh, this shit don't make no sense at all. I might even be like kind of dramatic or drastic about it sometimes, but I just like for shit to keep you guessing. I do like for
Yeah,
stuff like there's certain things that I wish they would kind of just, hey, this is reading this. I kind of hope they go all the way through because I would love to see it. But then it's like you have something like I've been preaching this shit to the choir, carrying cross, man. You have an underlying story that's being built. And that's I was like, man, fuck it. Hey, how does it sound now, B?
that thing wasn't even in the Royal Rumble, bro. That's how
It
fucked up
wasn't
that
right.
was. That thing wasn't even in the Royal Rumble, bro.
I was
Like,
like,
the
wait, maybe that's
fuck. Hey, bro, this might get a little bit too weird. Let's put this thing in. Let's keep this thing in catering. Let's put this
I so
back.
speed in. Put the Zawa in, but don't put no,
Put
no,
this
no, not carrying, no, no.
Holy shit. The
But
Charlotte one, a lot of people would sit there and say the Charlotte win. That shit was so predictable. What
yeah,
pissed
it
me
was.
off about what pissed me off about her winning, it wasn't the fact that she won, it's how she won. She did no work. She didn't have to do shit. She cruised to the end.
Yeah,
She didn't have to do
Roxanne was holding it down.
She didn't have to do shit. Roxanne eliminated Nia Jax by her fucking self. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like,
Damn, B.
what are we doing? Like, Nia eliminated most of the fucking women by herself. Like, it was just like,
She did.
what are we doing? And Charlotte still won the fucking match. It was just like, if that is the case, then what the fuck was this all for? And that's my problem with the women's Royal Rumble. It was just like, yo, you literally built this around Charlotte. And I get that
Yeah,
it's I get that the Flair name is a massive name, and it's Charlotte's had her run as one of them women, and yes, she's phenomenal in the ring. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see her in real.
I don't either.
I
I
I, I
definitely
don't
don't want to see that shit.
I don't want to see it. Like, you keep going back to this fucking match, hoping this shit is just gonna continuously bring out bangers. Charlotte's older. Rhea's older. Rhea hasn't gotten better in the ring when it comes to certain people. Like, it's kind of a little shaky sometimes when she's in the
Yeah.
ring with certain people.
Hey, I can't disagree.
She has moments where she kind of is a little shaky because she's so used to being the dominant one. It's hard for a match to have a match with a real. She needs, and if she fights Tiffany, she needs to lose. Like, there's no way around that. Like, she needs to lose to Tiffany.
But that's why with Charlotte coming back, especially like how it looks like they're gonna try to have her. I mean, she hasn't cut a promo yet, but I don't think they're gonna have her come back and be on some full heel shit. Bro, I said it in the past too, man. I felt like right now the only opportunity for Charlotte, Bailey, and Becky is for them to unite. I liked the spot they had. You saw that spot in the
Yeah,
Rumble, right?
yeah, that
And I
was
was
really dope.
like, for a second, I was like, that's what because if you think about it, B, it's like we're talking about what makes sense. It makes sense for the dominant women who really brought in that whole women's evolution, revolution,
Hmm.
whatever, it to take on the new
Generation.
Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton, Lyra Valkyria, which shout out to her for handling that wardrobe
Yeah.
malfunction that I wish was just a little bit I'm still a man, y'all. Fuck it. A little bit. I was like, damn. But shout out to her. She handled it right. And shout out to Liv for
Hmm.
backing her up on that for real. But I just feel like, yo, a faction, or maybe not even a faction, but just a union between like, 3 or 4 horsewomen. And then you see Alexa back in there, and you like, man, Alexa was part of it too. Like, just seeing them four just kind of go up, it would bring so much more life, so much more story and relevance to anything they go after, even if it was a Rhea Ripley, like, damn, I just dealt with this chick, and then Liv coming in, like, nah, wait a minute, we run this shit now, not y'all. I can just see so much more engagement from that. But
Yeah.
who the fuck, like you said, what are they gonna do? Charlotte's gonna stand out in the middle of the ring in some crazy outfit and look great and everything, but say what? I'm going for the title again. Yeah, bitch, we know. Like, you just got here. Like,
You just won the Royal Rumble. That's kind of that's
yeah,
kind of part of the fucking part. That's kind of part of the fucking deal. Like, you kind of
yeah.
have to go for the title. Like, the fuck are you talking about?
What promo are they going to cut that's going to keep us interested all the way until Mania?
I
That's
don't know.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. And that's the thing. It's like Charlotte winning that damn Royal Rumble last night pissed me the fuck off. And I know we had some people in the chat that we was in that was like, nah, Charlotte was happy. Nah, Charlotte should have won. What the fuck do you do with Charlotte? Like, it's like, bro, it's to the point now where
That's
it's
the
like
thing.
you're just you're just feeding people to her just
Yeah.
so she could get these title reigns up. And after that, she's fucking done. There's nothing more to do. Like, what are we doing? It just we could have used somebody else could have won that shit last night. I just feel like it was a point where I was like, okay, Roxanne, please win this shit.
Yo, I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't
Oh
have
my
been mad
god.
if Bailey won it again. I wouldn't have been mad if Nia won it. I wouldn't have been mad, like I said, when Jordan Grace jumped in there. If she would have won it, I wouldn't have been fucking mad to see Jordan versus Rhea. Something fresh, something
Yeah,
new, something you could build off that we've never seen before in this new era that we got on net. Bro, you telling me we're gonna come back and repeat the same fucking
same
cycle?
shit. Yeah,
I don't hate Charlotte, bro, but I'm just like you saying, B. I just feel like unless they're gonna shock us all in these weeks to come and give us really something different that we didn't see coming. I mean, we've been watching this shit for years, man. Like loyal fans is watching, like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? We can't do this shit again. Rhea
yeah.
has the belt and Tiffany has the belt. Tiffany's the only new thing they can introduce, and Jay too. Not for nothing, but Jay ain't going after Cody.
He not.
And we just had Jay and Gunther. Like you, I mean, I don't really know what the fuck they really got, man.
But even in that sense, because it goes into storytelling, the Jay and Gunther one makes more sense than Charlotte going after Rhea.
Yeah,
Because it's like, because we've already, you're right, we've seen it, but Jay literally said on Monday night, like, I could beat him. I know I
yeah,
could beat him. I know I could do
yeah.
it. And it's like, I've seen Charlotte pass the torch to Rhea already. Why the fuck would I do it again?
See the Tiffany. That's why I never thought it was interesting.
It's like, and that's the thing. Charlotte passed the torch really to Rhea. Why we need Tiffany in her to fight? I never understood it. Like, I was like, okay, I guess, but like, yo, Tiffany doesn't really actually need Charlotte. Like, she
No,
fought Becky. Like, she got the torch pass from Becky. Like, what we doing?
bro. If I don't know what's gonna happen, but if we was just talking shit right now, and I was just picking, and I was just on some random shit, I would want to see Rhea and Bianca. I want to see Rhea and Bianca at Mania. That's the match that I thought we were gonna have for a while. That's been eluding us. You got Bianca kind of wrapped in a story that we don't know where it's going, because I can't even fucking faithfully be like, oh, I know what the Jade Cargill situation is gonna look like. I don't know, but I've been wanting to see Rhea versus Bianca. I feel like that's a banger. That's a Mania match. I've been wanting to see at a Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany's harder, man, because SmackDown's roster. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying nobody's bad, but I'm just saying, like, Tiffany Stratton, you got Candice LeRae, you got Nia. Nia just came on champ. You got, well, Bailey's on Raw now. I don't even fucking know really who this Slim Pickens.
It, the,
Lee
shit.
Chin, Chelsea Green.
With Tiffany, I said this shit last night. I was like, Roxanne?
That's about, I can't think of
Rox,
anything else.
Jordan
You
Grace.
basically put anybody in that spot because there's nothing to sell off of it. It would have to be something that's invented that's brand new.
And that's why I think like you can't. Charlotte has to go for Tiffany because there's nothing else she can do. Like there's no match
Yeah.
she has that's more intriguing than that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like even in real when she won the Royal Rumble in 2023 and she chose Charlotte, I'm like, I guess I can see where you're going with that, but what the fuck does Bianca do?
Yeah.
And that's where the problem lies. It's like once you pick somebody, it's what the fuck do you do with the other person? Like Cody.
Yeah.
I said this shit last night when I'm like when Jay won. I'm like, okay, so what the fuck do you do with Cody? I never thought I'd say that shit because it's like for the first time, Cody doesn't really have a path to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like he the champ, but like who the fuck is he fighting?
Yo, listen, bro. You're seeing it. You're seeing it, right? Cody Rhodes is about to. I got a feeling he's gonna flip. He's gonna flip. I think we're definitely. We saw it with the first match that he had with Kevin Owens with the chair usage. They're building the story. He's about to flip. You heard it in the CM Punk promo that was on Raw. You saw
Hmm.
it definitely last night because that shit was brutal. That whole match between him and that shit was brutal. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was kind of like, damn, it's kind of slow. All they getting is ladders. But when he did that fucking backdrop and hit him
Hmm.
on that sideways ladder, bro, I instantly jumped up. I was like, damn, yo,
That shit,
there
I said,
was
ooh, shit.
no way that could hurt.
I think he broke his tailbone. That shit,
That
he broke
shit hurt. But after the match, you saw Cody told Sammy, he said he asked for it. And he was right. But then he started walking away and he came back, stood over Kevin on the announcer thing,
Hmm.
and lifted a belt. Bro, all I have to say is, y'all know how I feel about Cody kissing babies and, being fucking Captain America. It's corny. But if we swerving and we bringing on some shit, you know what? I've been good to you people and I still get the hate. And Cody's like, you want hate? You want me to be me? And Cody goes in that ring and cuts some crazy ass deep suit and tie. You want to see how bad I can get? Listen, yes, Cody, yes. What do you,
I,
that motherfucker
that's
become my favorite wrestler tomorrow and shit. And then I'll be down for whatever, motherfucker.
I kind of was like, yo, I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, damn, if this motherfucker start coming out with like a little, without the bleach hairs, like a little, it's starting to get a little color, like a little dark. I'm like, oh
For
shit,
real,
like
I'll
let's
be
go,
down,
like
bro.
let's go. Like you'll be like, oh shit, let's get.
Black hair Cody coming out on some all in shit or whatever. Listen. I don't know, bro. Like I would be super down, bro, because like you said, man, it's a lot, bro. Roman Reigns held this shit down for years, and now we're experiencing something else. He said it, and I'm not trying to be a Roman, lover and shit, but he said it. He been carrying his bitch on his back. That's any sport that has an undefeated champion. Whenever you watching somebody, John Jones, Anderson Silva,
Yeah,
whenever you the fucking Patriots, like whenever you watching people who just have a tremendous record, like after a while you start wanting to see who's gonna beat him, and that's what
yeah.
Cody had. His engagement was mostly everybody wanted to see somebody finally beat fucking Roman, man. Let's be real. And then after that, now we're sitting in the world of what was next?
Yeah,
We've been building, well, what's next this whole year? And we've done pretty good.
and that's exactly what I wanted to talk about too. Moments over stories.
Yeah,
People want
man.
people so much so want a fucking moment, but then you don't have a story. And it's like,
That's
what
right.
the fuck? You saw it with the Cody shit, you seen it with the Cody shit. And this is kind of what I feel about Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair. Like winning the Royal Rumble. It's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to even see a future with it. It's more just like you said, it's more like a moment. Even when you're talking about Kofi Kingston and Kofi Mania, it was a moment. It was a
It was a
great
moment.
build. It was a great build having him go through mad diversity, having to fight a whole bunch of people in tournaments and shit. They put him through the ringer, and when he won that shit, it felt amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's next?
What's next?
You
And that's the
know,
thing, like,
yeah,
and that's the thing. People, you want moments nowadays, and that's why a lot of these motherfuckers are fanboys. They don't really know what the fuck they be talking about. They be because Jay won the Royal Rumble last night, and I've never seen so many people flip on a human being ever.
yeah.
I've never seen
I've
it.
been watching it too. All on
I've ne-
TikTok, everybody complaining. I'm like, y'all crazy. Y'all was just when the IC championship was, it was like, yeah, you can. That was one of the biggest moments of last year.
y'all was cheering this man a week ago.
Yeah, man.
It's a whole thing. You were cheering him a week ago. Like you were saying how
Yeah,
they killed his push, how he ain't never gonna win a championship. How dare they? He win the Royal Rumble. It's like we didn't want that shit.
yeah. Most fickle motherfuckers in the world. What? It wasn't Sean. Like, completely just gave up on this motherfucker, bro. Like,
Straight up.
damn.
We didn't ask for that shit. The fuck we do?
That's
What you
real.
doing?
You're absolutely. That's exactly how it was, man. And then, of course, then you just got fighting, and everybody's just, oh, he did it. He wasn't supposed to. And I'm like, bro, whatever, man. Like y'all, like you
Holy
just said,
shit.
man. It literally is just like. Let me ask you, bro. When John Cena came out, were you kind of like, damn, this is seeing the last shit, yo? Because I was kind of like not about to cry, but I was just like I was noticing. I told my son, I was like, man, this is I've been watching generations of this shit at this point, man. And to really just watch Cena come out to the ring one last time. You saw him talking to Stu, the cameraman and shit, and then just this the last time you seen Cena come into a rumble. And it's just like it's something about it, bro. Just watching, just knowing that you've been having so much history invested in this industry, and it just speaks to you, man. It does, get you emotionally. I mean, gets your feelings involved into it a little bit more, to the point where when Punk threw, which was also awesome, Seth and Roman, because they're really building their story up. When Punk threw them out, and then fucking Logan Paul threw CM Punk out, I was really like, yo, if John Cena, I said literally, if John Cena or Jey Uso win this, I'll be fine. I said that out loud. I said, if Cena win, I'll be fine. If Jay win, I'll be fine. Like there's no hate for either one of these dudes. One, I'll be happy
Yeah.
for him to accomplish his shit, and two, I'll be happy for him to accomplish his shit. Simple as that.
I said this a long time ago. I said the first thing you do with John Cena, he been gone for years, is give him a Royal Rumble because he's retiring.
Mm,
He ain't won a match in 5 fucking years. You want to give him a Royal Rumble? That's that's how
yeah,
we moving out here in these streets.
that's
He
how
ain't
we
won a
doing it.
we ain't won a single match in 5 years. You want to give him the Royal Rumble? Okay, that makes
Yeah,
no sense, but okay, cool, do that thing. Um, yeah. Did I get emotional? A little bit. I was like, damn, man, John Cena. Like, bro,
yeah,
this shit hit a little different. I ain't even gonna lie, this hit a little
for
different.
real. I felt the same way. And Cena's not
But
even like I said, Cena's not even my. He's definitely like a part of the time period that I watched, but he's not my
yeah,
time period. Like
I think why I think we all getting emotional because it's John Cena is because
yeah,
even if you liked him or not, he was always constant.
that's right.
He
Yeah,
was constant, and this is the first time that we've actually. This is the first time we actually are gonna see a actual person go a whole year, and we know it's the last time we're gonna see him.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've never had a retirement like this before.
We never when Taker said I'm done, I'm done.
That's right.
Okay, like when Taker because Taker never said he was retiring after that WrestleMania match with AJ Styles. He just retired. It was like,
Just
oh,
retired. Yep. And it
okay,
wasn't even really a match. It was more just like a kind of an event. It
yeah,
wasn't even really a match, really.
yeah. Triple H had to retire because of his health. It's like, okay, well, okay. Nobody, Stone Cold just retired. Nobody really knew why Stone Cold left. Like, it was just, oh, Stone Cold just, that was his last match at WrestleMania
That's right.
19. You're like, okay. We never get to say goodbye to people. So, yeah, it's going to get emotional every time you see John Cena because it's like, oh, shit, this is the last time we seen Cena. Like, fuck, bro, like, this is
Yeah.
crazy. It hits a little different. So, yeah, we
Yeah,
get
man.
all emotional. But at the same time, it's like, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it a beam. I'm going to keep it 100. I do not want to see John Cena win a 17 title.
I mean,
I
I
because
don't.
I'm asking myself, when the fuck does he get it done? When does he win it? Does he win it at WrestleMania? Okay, then who beats him? Again,
I,
it's a moment, not a story. It's a fucking moment. You like, yeah, we're gonna be happy for that moment, and then we're gonna be like, oh, John Cena, he come back, take the fucking title away from somebody that's way more deserving, younger, faster. Why the fuck he gonna take the belt from that person? I'd rather him go after the Intercontinental Championship. To be honest with you, Grand Slam
yeah.
the shit, Grand Slam the shit, get over and done with. Because it's way easier for you to drop the belt against a Brian Breaker or somebody that's up and coming, Ilya Dragunov, somebody like that that's coming back than for you to win the fucking WWE or World Heavyweight Championship from a main event caliber star for no reason.
See, now I know that it's unpopular because we've had our episode on the show, and you've definitely made it very clear about the whole Randy Orton and John Cena. And I understand, I
I'm
understand.
still waiting for you to clip that damn episode.
I
I'm
know
still
because I
waiting.
have,
No,
yeah, yeah,
I'm
I know,
waiting for
I
I'm
got to
waiting
come
for
up with
people to
shit.
get people like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about. Give me one motherfucking match where you like that shit.
I'm
Please
gonna
tell
do it.
me.
I'm gonna do
Like,
it because I haven't even really watched them back yet either. But the thing is, Cena, no matter what, I mean, you're not wrong. Like especially when you put it like how you put it, like no matter what, it would be a moment. If Cena won
it
any
would.
title, it would be a moment.
It
The
would.
motherfucker retiring, so it would be a moment. Like he's not gonna keep it just off the strength, but he's gonna need a retirement match. We have to send him off with one last banger. This is his retirement tour. But
Yeah.
the last match, bro, come on. We have to have a Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. We have to have something that's sending this motherfucker off. Because, like you said, this is different than everybody else's shit. This is not
Yeah.
this is the grand finale. And I'll be real with you, bro. I can't think of anybody else to do it. Whether the caliber hasn't been the greatest, maybe just for the motherfucking nostalgia. I don't know. Call it what it is. But the two dudes who came in this bitch together and ran rampant in their fucking time period, Cena is untouchable because Cena, I don't give a fuck. Nobody says from 2000, what, 3, 4 to like 2000, what, 15?
Yeah.
John Cena was WWFE, that's what it was.
Yeah, man.
And somebody who's been in there with him has been Randy, man. I can't think of anybody else that can really take the spot of his last match. I don't give a fuck how you do it. I think that's the call. Punk,
If
maybe.
yeah, I mean, I think it's up to Cena. I think that his last opponent is definitely gonna be up to him. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like you want to give it to Randy Orton. That's the last opponent you want to ever face is Randy Orton.
I don't know, man.
I'm like,
It's hard.
you not Brian Breaker. Create a new star. Brian Breaker. Shit. Nobody from NXT. Let's say Obafemi come up. No Carmelo Hayes. No Jacob Fatu.
Carmelo.
No Jacob Fatu. Like you could drop, bro. If he gets destroyed, think about this. If him and Jacob Fatu go out there and have a banger, but Jacob go over, Jacob is a made fucking man for the rest of his fucking career.
Man, listen, until I saw that Austin Theory match with him and what's it called, I used to believe that. But
Shit, even
I don't
shit, even Austin Theory. Fuck, why not give that motherfucker a chance again? Because that
I,
match sucked. Oh my god, that match
it
sucked.
did suck a lot. I can't tell if it was because of Cena or if it was because of him. I'll be honest with you. Because Cena looked like he just walked in. Cena looked like he just came off a movie set and said, "Okay, let's do this." It
like,
looked like that motherfucker he didn't know where it was going. Okay, okay. I'll
and
agree
then
with you
like,
there.
and then like, okay, I got like 10 minutes. Let's get this shit.
Yep.
I got like 10 minutes.
He's like, "Yo, leave immediately." That's all I thought for that whole match. I'm like,
yo,
damn, is he? Did he commit
yo,
to this shit, or did y'all just like pick him up
yo.
for a minute or something? Like
And
he
then
was
like I
on
got a
break. He was like, all right,
yeah,
I'll do it right here,
I
man.
got a lunch break. I got a smoke break, nigga. Let's do this shit. Get this shit over and done with.
I'll do it WrestleMania. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
For real.
that shit was so stupid. Oh my god, I still hate that fucking match so much.
Yeah, that was a bad match.
Oh, that
Hey,
shit was so
let him
stupid.
King inside, please. Dog over here
Yeah.
wilding out the damn door.
Yeah. But that was the thing, man. I'm just like, I don't want to see Cena win a 17 title because I don't know who he beats. Does he beat
Yeah,
Gunther? Does he beat Jay? Does he beat Cody? Does he beat whoever the fuck beat Cody? Who does he beat? And then who beats him?
yeah, yeah.
Because it's got to be somebody that's actually worthy of beating John Cena and taking the belt from him.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's definitely a fair argument, man. I think it's one of those things where I think people will have a legit argument. and kind of both ways. I mean, your way, you're not wrong. Like, what's really set up for it. You know what I mean? It's whenever somebody's retiring and doing it like this, like we know it ain't nothing, severe. So it's like either you can come here and just have matches and just kind of show out one last time and then call it quits, or you can come here and try to fucking take it all. And then, I definitely think, 'cause especially after his press conference and shit after the Royal Rumble, I definitely
Hmm.
think they lining him up to do something. I don't know if it's going to be a Mania something. Neek, who was on STR with us, shout out to her yapping
Hmm.
with Neek. But she had a really interesting point about saying how, maybe she should kind of lose until SummerSlam. And then SummerSlam would be something where they can introduce something happening.
You,
I mean, it's just one of those things where we're probably going to see him do something, but I can't fully disagree with anybody who's like, hey, I don't really see the point of it
like
because yeah,
because my thing is this: if you're gonna give him a 17 title, make him actually go through shit. Like
yeah,
I feel like him lose at the Elimination Chamber,
yeah,
go into WrestleMania, fight Logan Paul, beat Logan Paul, and
mm,
then go on a run, and then go in the King of the Ring, something you've never done. You've never
that's
been King
right.
of the Ring before. Win the King of the Ring, and then the fact that you're not technically Raw or SmackDown makes it more fucking intriguing. Because you could
Yeah,
go against Cody or you could go against Gunther or whoever the fuck the champions are at the time and beat them at SummerSlam. There, you got what you wanted. Y'all got the 17 title, but we also got a fucking person that actually went through some shit.
yeah, no, 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 yeah. That I think that would be the best thing too. And in the meantime, also with that, you're not the super center of attention, so you're not redirecting the attention to other people who may. Because let's be honest, if it was Logan Paul and fucking Jey Uso at the end of the thing, do you think people would still
Mhm.
be wilding out the way they are?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think the
Fuck
fact
no.
that he went over on Cena is one of the reasons why everybody's kind of like, no, it should have been John. It's his last run. If John Cena got
Hmm.
thrown out as the third person, you know what I'm saying, like the third last of the last three, I don't think that people would be bitching as much as they are.
Matter of fact, if Logan Paul threw John Cena out and it was just him and Jey Uso, people would be like, man, Jay kick this motherfucker in the face, throw this motherfucker out the ring, and let's
For
party.
real. Yeah. Yep.
And let's motherfucking party.
Yep. They would have been eating at work, everything. Yep. For real.
Motherfuckers
For
eating on a
real.
Sunday. but
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 yeah, I
but
mean, I mean, it's gonna be, bro. We were saying it all the way before the Rumble. I don't know where shit is going with WWE right now, and it's because we've been following the Bloodline story, which has been the most amazing fucking story in wrestling history for 4 years, 5 years. I don't even know shit since the pandemic, basically. And now that has definitely lost a lot of fucking backing to the point where there's barely even a bloodline. This we ain't even talk about like the shit with Sami Zayn and stuff with him. Like we don't know what he's doing. They got a whole sideline story building up. Um, it's going to be really interesting to see where the dynamic goes, man. Because oh shit, my phone died. That's
yeah, that shit is crazy. That shit is nuts. And the Bloodline storyline has kind of ruled the damn wrestling world for so long, and now that it's kind of like become an individual thing, it's kind of hurt the program a little bit in my mind. Is because it's just like you have no. The Rock was supposed to be a part of this storyline for a minute, and now he's not there. Solo didn't even come back last night, so it kind of makes that storyline look a little stupid. Jacob is being built like this fucking unstoppable monster, and then it's just yeah. I don't understand how this is supposed to go moving forward for the bloodline. I have no idea how you do this, but again, you created such a situation where the bloodline is such this dominant faction that now that Roman is kind of standing on his own, it kind of now looks at this. You kind of now look at this situation and you say to yourself like, what the fuck is next? Royal Rumble last night was set and Roman got eliminated by CM Punk. Set stumped on Roman's head at that fucking match. That shit was crazy. Man, man did a double stump. Like that shit was nuts on his man head, bro. Like this shit was just crazy. But then you see that shit happen, and you're like, man. You see that shit happen, and you're like, man, what happens with the bloodline? They clearly trying to tell two different stories with the bloodline storyline, which is, and here's the reason why I don't think Jay winning last night was a bad thing. I know a lot of people think it was a massive bad thing. It isn't. It's actually cleared the pathway for Roman in the bloodline storyline because whatever the fuck they're gonna do with Roman had nothing to do with winning the Royal Rumble last night. They clearly went in a whole different direction in the senses of Jay is his own fucking man, and this is one thing I've been saying about the Bloodline storyline for years is that everybody's an individual person now, but Jay particularly is his own fucking man. If you remember when the Bloodline broke up, Roman, when the Usos was in the ring with him, they're kind of like having a summit, and it was asking Jay if he's in or out still with the Bloodline. Like, are you in or are you out? And Roman was asking him that, and he was going down like he's like, yo, your brother's an anchor. You know, he brings you down. I lift you up. Like your brother's an anchor. He's like, we wanted you to be the next tribal chief. You know, the person that had a problem with that, your brother. So he was telling them these things, and he was like, I knew you were main event Jey Uso before anybody else knew you were gonna be main event Jey Uso. And and now looking at it from this perspective of now as the bloodline is kind of deteriorated and Brian Beeline better come back. Brian better come back in. But as the bloodline has kind of like deteriorated in the last couple of fucking months.
You bet, bro. Phone died.
Yeah, yeah.
Thought I plugged it in.
Yeah, but I was just saying like it's kind of weird. The reason why I'm not mad at Jay winning the Royal Rumble last night is because it finally did something that we couldn't do in a long time. Get him the fuck out the bloodline storyline.
Yeah, that's true too.
And as much as people don't
Never
probably
thought
don't
that
want
I
to.
would want to see that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We as fans, and that's another thing I wanted to say. You can tell who's the casuals and who's the real fans. Because when Jay won, you saw real fans being like, he deserved that shit.
He deserved that shit.
He
Yep.
deserved that shit. Real fans are like, nah, he deserved that shit. If you actually know the story, you know damn well why. We like, nah, he kind of won that Royal Rumble. He deserved it.
Well,
And you saw all
and
of
not even with just the story, but also with just the fact that remember, bro, nobody ever thought individual Uso was going to be Jay. Everybody thought that shit was Jimmy, bro. Jimmy was on the fucking Total Divas show. He was
hmm
funny. He was engaged. Everybody was like, yo, Jimmy is the standout guy. But we saw the real main event Jay Uso when we had Roman shit. The
Yeah.
bloodline made main event Jay Uso.
And that's what
No doubt.
I was just saying that shit too. Is like everybody remembers when the Usos finally decided to leave the bloodline at first. And Roman was telling him, I wanted you to be, my right hand man. I wanted you to be the next tribal chief. You know who didn't want you to be the next tribal chief? Jimmy. He's
Jimmy.
an anchor. He's an anchor. He holds you down. I lift you up. I'm trying to propel you. I'm trying to get you ready for this. And your brother has been hating on you for years. And now look at this shit. It's just like look at this shit. It's
Yeah.
so crazy. It's so fucking nuts
Yeah.
how that storyline has played out. But Jay is his own individual man, and that's probably why the Bloodline storyline is dead right now because it's like everybody's an individual.
Yeah, everybody's definitely an individual. Besides Tama Tonga, I mean, Tonga Loa being injured, Solo Sikoa, we still got to see what happens when he pops back in. We don't
I
know
don't know where
where
the fuck.
his
Yeah, I don't know where the
angle
fuck
is
he
going
at.
to be.
Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah,
where the fuck he's at. I have no idea where the fuck he's at.
I
I
feel
thought he
like
would
they're
even.
playing it like they had to do Roman. Roman lost and Roman had to dip, but Roman constantly dips. That's one of my only gripes. Roman's always going, man. Like I'm like, that's something that's kind of getting a little tiring too. I'm almost getting tired of
hmm
stories because you want to see this motherfucking man, and it's just like he's not there no more, bro. There's no doubt about it. He's not fucking there no more. So you
And
have to get invested in other people.
that's why. And that's why I also kind of like stopped liking the damn title reign because I'm like, bro, he's never fucking there. Like, how can we like a
Yeah.
person that's never fucking there? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's
Yeah.
just. And then when he came back, you knew how the match was gonna go.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're
It
right.
was it.
It
It's
got
just hard to
stale. It got stale.
got stale, and it's just like it's hard to get behind somebody like that. I'm sorry, it's just fucking difficult. It's just difficult. Like I watched Roman when he came in with the Shield, and I watched him when he became the big dog, and I'm like, that is way different than the person I saw at the Tribal Chief. And yeah, it's supposed to be different, but this motherfucker's a part timer for real. That nigga took that shit literal.
Yeah. Yeah. He became way too much of a part-timer, man. And he became a part-timer at the worst time because it's like, yeah, he went from being somebody that everybody hated. He was the champ. Even if he stayed out with the part-time as the champion on his way out of champion, when he returned and he started to start building back up, he needed to have way more time on screen than just every fucking 3 weeks or so. Like, there's no way to re-engage with him as like, a face now because you don't see him. So now it's more forgettable than it is anything. And that's why and I love fucking Roman Reigns, but it's just I would much rather see him engaged in more story. I would much rather see him and Seth every week, like how you're seeing CM Punk and Seth.
Hmm.
I would much rather see the story continuously build to a mania match. You feel me? Like, but if you think that I'm just gonna go off of strength and be like, yeah, well, I know their history, so I'll just wait for it. Fuck you, bro. Like, stop trying to lazy play a mania. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why
Yeah.
that's another reason why I'm saying like the fact that you don't got all of this shit that you built up for 2 years now, not even talking about the other three, 2 years you built this investment. Solo built a whole new fucking bloodline. We didn't get anything about who led it, who directed it. There's been fucking hints here and hints there. Nothing. I'm starting to feel like we on some Shelton Benjamin looking in the camera with weird faces. You heard that shit, right? When Shelton Benjamin was over there, Shelton told that motherfucker, he said, yeah, Vince McMahon just told me to do it. They had no story for me. Listen, bro, I
Yeah,
don't
that
fucking
shit.
know, man.
Yeah, that yeah, last night was interesting. I said this shit when you was gone for a minute. Seth Rollins double stumped his Roman, bro. Like that motherfucker had all his might down on that man. And fucking just 2 feet to the back of the head. Like what the fuck? That's real hatred.
Hard,
That's
hard, man. Yeah,
real hatred.
yeah. They showed a different side of Seth and Roman last night. Now, I like that. I didn't even hate it, but I don't like the fact that Seth ain't on SmackDown. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know how they're gonna build anything like that, but I guess we're gonna see where they go, bro. Because they got time. They got time, but
Yeah, the thing about that storyline last night, like I said, last night was just like it was a reminder that you don't know what the fuck WWE got up their fucking sleeves. That's what it really was. They really
right.
put us. They really showed us like nigga, you think you know, you don't know shit.
You don't know shit. You don't know a
you
damn thing.
you you don't know shit. Slim.
How's that? You sound a little better.
Yeah. Slim.
Went out on me.
Yeah, but yeah, that was what's up, Slim? Mate?
What's up, Slim? I think you're muted.
Yeah, I think you muted.
Your phone died. iPad.
Yeah. But yeah, man, yeah. But last night they swerved the shit out of us. Let's be real. WWE swerved the shit out of us with that fucking Raw Rumble. Jey Uso winning was just like, yeah, you think you know, nigga. Yeah, you think you know, nigga.
I'll tell you.
Dude,
Yep, yep. At least I've been honest, man. I haven't even been doing my crazy predictions really, because it's like you said, I don't know where to turn with WWE right now. It's like they're doing certain things. It's hard to predict. I mean, they keep swerving everybody. You saw that with Alexa Bliss returning. They keep
Mm-hmm.
swerving. Oh yeah, right here. they keep swerving everybody. Oh, Alexa's not coming back. She was going to do this. Blah, blah, blah. I think they intentfully putting out false shit just so we can kind of, think we know what's going on, but not really know what's going on. So
Yeah,
it's
like,
making this shit dead too. Fuck it. All right, yeah. I'm just rocking with it. But
yeah,
yeah,
like,
man, it's still
yeah, like,
interesting. Like it's still interesting to see what's new gonna happen. You know, sit back and just
yeah,
predict some shit.
yeah, but like, we didn't get no stories coming out that shit. We got no stories coming out that shit last night, and I was realizing that shit this morning. I'm like, yeah, we got no stories. The women's stories didn't really come to fruition. Jay didn't even come back. I'm like, what are we doing with the fucking Jay storyline? That shit is just dead, bro. What are we
That's
doing
what
with
I
this
was
shit?
saying.
Like, fucking just,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can't wait
completely.
until Mania for that shit.
Oh shit, if that's the case, man. Fucking just kill it. Then fucking, that's the fucking case. Just kill that story. Fuck that shit. We could move on.
Not even
Do
interested in
something
it.
different. It's
Yeah,
to the
not even
point that
interested. What are they
yeah,
doing with Alexa?
yeah. I already told you what they should do with Alexa, man. And they already started to show it. Like, I mean, I know they said she's on Raw, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. Like, man, put her on
Yeah,
SmackDown. Let's get this shit over and done with.
might as well. SmackDown
Put her
needs the bodies anyway.
for real, man. That shit is yeah. That shit was crazy. Alexa came back. Trish came back. I don't even know what you do with Trish. Is she even gonna be on the main roster? Is she coming back? Back for real? For real? Like Nikki Bella? Is she coming back? Back? Like what are we doing?
I think Nikki's coming back. I think Nikki's gonna be back for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't hate seeing Nikki as much as everybody else was down playing it. Nikki's pretty good in the ring. She knows how to tell a good story, and she's an interesting character. So I didn't hate it that much.
Yeah, Nikki's
How you
starting
felt?
to. I think Nikki falls into the category of Charlotte. It's like you got a lot of these young girls, a lot of these young women. Do you need Nikki? And if you
Yeah.
do get her, and if she is back, who's she putting over?
Yeah, that would be the thing. Like whenever these older, vets come in, it should mostly be about putting people over because the one thing, and I think you would agree with me, like we're talking about with story, a lot of these people are really talented fucking wrestlers, bro. Some of these motherfuckers can't even speak English that well. So it's like, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that to be realistic. Like, you got girls like Julia, you got girls like Stephanie McCourt. You have these people who are very talented, and we're really looking forward to seeing them. But at the same
Not,
time,
not too much on Stephanie. Not too much on Stephanie. We're not doing that. We're not doing all that. Not on this
we're not
podcast.
doing what's about Stephanie.
No, not on this podcast. No, not on this podcast. No Stephanie
I
and
mean,
Jada slander will be prohibited on this podcast. I should have made that a goddamn warning. Uh, no Jada Parker, Stephanie Vicker slander will be accepted on this podcast.
I completely understand. I completely understand. One thing I will say about Jada though is when Jada came into that ring, I instantly said, "Yo, she should be on the main roster."
Instantly, everybody's like, "Yeah, this shit."
Instantly,
Everybody, like, yeah.
instantly, bro.
Out of all the NXT girls, after Roxanne, I was like, "Yeah, Jada fits."
Jada
Like,
is it. I'm telling you, and
Jada
and and of
fits.
course for obvious reasons, but it's her demeanor. She has that attitude. And that black girl magic shit that they got going on right now, bro,
Hmm.
between Bianca and Naomi, they definitely got it. That spot where they were all in the middle of the ring, like
Hmm.
acknowledging, like, yeah, bitch, we in here. I mean, for real.
She
For
dapped up
real.
last. Like, I
They
was
were
like,
down.
she dapped up last. I was like, ah, shit, let's get it.
I'm
Like, yeah,
telling you,
yeah, let's
man.
get
I'm telling you. Lash, they got a lot of talent right now, man. And Jada Parker fits in. She got the attitude. I mean, her moves is good in the ring. And
Yeah,
you see Michin. Michin, I feel bad for Michin a little bit because it's like I don't know what it is with her,
yeah, yeah.
but she ain't sticking.
What up, Slim? You good now?
We got Slim.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
There.
hear you, man.
Okay, good. I got this weird thing going on with my phone where apparently people can only hear me if I have my headphones connected. So apparently I got a blown
Yeah.
speaker, so I got to get that taken care of.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
probably why he was having trouble hearing me Wednesday.
yeah. We,
Yeah,
we,
makes
we,
sense.
we, we were just talking about how my policy is no Stephanie Kerr, Jada Parker slander will be prohibited on this podcast. I would not accept the slander of those two women. That's just how we gonna move on. How we gonna do this on this podcast moving forward.
I mean, that's cool
Yeah,
because
yeah,
what I said
yeah.
was going to happen happened last night, and
Look
everybody
here.
bowed
I
down
look.
to the
Hey, look here.
queen.
We've already had this conversation. I was waiting for you to come in because we was waiting for this conversation. Was that the most predictable ass win you've ever seen Charlotte have?
I mean, to be real with you, if it wasn't going to be her, I definitely thought they were going Io, especially with her being at one and hanging almost towards the end. And I'm talking with my boy yesterday, and I'm looking at the field. I'm like, not trying to be mean. Besides Charlotte, who can you give it to? The only other option probably was Io. We've put Liv with Rhea for the last 4 or 5 months. Naya's been with Bailey. Bailey just won last year. Bianca's stuck in the tag division, and I get it. You can drop the tag titles, and have Bianca do a singles thing, but then that would kind of destroy the whole Jade storyline that she's caught up with. Um, let's be real. They weren't going to give it to Jada Parker. They weren't going to give it. Um, who else is in there? They weren't going to give it to Maxine. They weren't going to give it to Ivy Nile. Um, Asuka's hurt and dealing with a stalker, so she wasn't going to show up. I have absolutely no idea why the fuck they dug
Brian is
Nikki
dying
Bella
over
out the grave.
there.
I
Brian is
have
dying.
no idea. I have no idea why they dug Nikki Bella out the grave for this. Um, you could have gave that spot to Becky or AJ Lee, and AJ Lee is everybody that they wanted last night. And then to be real with you, like I think the biggest thing that happened last night, besides Charlotte winning, is that you can tell they're very high on Roxanne Perez because you don't be on NXT
Mhm.
and get to the final two of the Women's Royal Rumble if they don't have big plans for you.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing that came out last night, besides Charlotte winning. And if you can tell by my rant, I didn't give a fuck what anybody was saying last night. Like I went off because like people got to realize like yeah. She won. If you were gonna bitch it, well, it's Charlotte Flair. It's Charlotte Flair. None of this, none of that. It's only because of her name. You realize she ain't got to win the freaking match, bro. Her Tiffany Stratton beating Charlotte Flair solidifies her title reign even more.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
exactly what
Charlotte can
Oh,
easily
my
put her
bad.
over and still not be affected by it.
we said that. We just said that. Me and Brian both just said that. That like
That's
If Tiffany beats Charlotte, it's way better for Tiffany in Charlotte.
yeah,
Exactly.
it is. It is, man. You don't want to see like we don't want to see any repetitiveness. I mean, we were talking a lot about how it's just like what doors are opening now that we have the two Rumble winners, and like what is there to offer from this stuff, and it is kind of hard to see. It is hard to build, but the good thing about it is mostly everything, unless you go to on some repeat shit with Rhea and Charlotte or something crazy, it's gonna be new opportunities for everybody. And Slim, like I was telling B, like you know what I was saying about even like Becky and Charlotte and like the vets, man. Like it really is time to acknowledge the fact that we have a whole new generation in this shit, man. And a lot of the people that we're seeing, the 14-year runners, man, are starting to kind of, you know, be questioned. Like, hey, we've watched you for a long time. Like, even though we love you, Bailey, but we seen you do everything under the fucking sun at this point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlotte, we seen you do everything under the sun. 15-time women's champion, this and that. At some point, you start to look around all the talent. You start to figure, like, yo, I want to see what else is going on. And then the Rumble shows you we got some fucking amazing. I want to see what Jordan Grace is doing against, Charlotte Flair. I want to see whatever. And that's why it's just we're just I think we're in a new time period now, bro. New
Man,
era, new Netflix, new this, new that. We're in a lot of new shit
Well,
who
right now.
who breaks the record
people
first?
gotta.
Who breaks the 17? Who breaks the 17 record first? Charlotte or John?
Say it again.
I
Who
mean,
breaks the record? Ric Flair's record first? Charlotte or John?
I mean, the way
Charlotte.
Cena
You
was
don't win the
talking
family
last
division.
night, Wade Cena talking last night, like he don't care if he got to turn heel just to get the final win. The way he was
I
talking
like
last
that
night.
too. I like that shit.
Like, throw that goofy ass shit out the window, nigga. Let's get it.
Yep. Tell you. Throw that fucking that lock pad chain on and let's go, Cena. Give
Hustle
us a
loyalty, respect
bang.
my
We tired of the fucking flat.
ass. Hustle loyalty, respect my ass. Let's get
I
it.
feel you, bro. I wanna see. I would would y'all mind seeing heel Cena?
I wouldn't.
No,
I
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't either.
I wouldn't. I think it's time, right?
Especially to be on his way out. I would love to see him one more time, just kind of, running rampant, not really caring. And he definitely cut kind of heelish promo last night. Like, I'm
Yeah,
stepping on toes. This is my last time, bitch.
he was like, yeah, I put in so much work that I'm cutting the line. I don't care. Like, put me in there. Like that was like different. Like seems there's a lot of things we never see him be like outright like, yeah, I done did everything underneath the sun, over 10,000 make a wishes, every match you can imagine. I done bled against JBL, damn near killing myself. Put me in the freaking chamber.
That's
He's like, I
right.
don't even know. He's like, I don't even know if this is possible, but shit, I'm doing it. He's
But
like,
also, man, my bad. I don't mean to backtrack, but I think a lot of people forgetting big picture. This is the first WrestleMania that we're gonna have at least four women's titles up for grabs
Right.
at Mania this year. Like outside of the world title picture, that mid card title picture is looking pretty good. We don't know who Chelsea Green's gonna face. We know potentially last night those seeds with Piper Niven were already planted.
Yeah.
I
I
ain't gonna,
knew that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't good in the ring, but sucks on the mic. I would not be mad if Becky Lynch came back and took that IC title off of Lyra Valkyria at Mania. Like,
Boring as shit. I'm not hating. I'm not hating, but Lyra boring as shit, man. She wanted to do something with her character because she's good in the ring, but she fucking boring. Some of these people are gonna also have to start stepping up and actual being like characters, man. Because
last night, right? That was another match. We ain't really talk about it. That was another match. The DIY and Motor City Machine Guns match. Now after that
yeah,
match, I was like, after I did my show, I was like, man, it'd be really cool to see a TLC match at WrestleMania between Motor City
I think
Machine
there's definitely
Guns,
gonna be one.
DIY, and Street Profits. And then I forgot that Tama Tonga was kind of eyeing up the tag team titles last Friday night, and I was like, "Yo, is there a Jacob also join that bitch?" All right, let's see
Oh
what
shit,
happens.
that's right.
Let's see what happens. Like, let's see. That's a collision
That's
course.
right.
Holy shit!
I wouldn't hate that if we got a Tamatunga and Jacob. Well, Tamatunga and Jacob Vatu versus, and then the Street Profits too. The Street
hmm
Profits versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY.
hmm
That'd be fucking
well, let's hope,
insane.
let's hope that after this, if this don't work out, split them brothers up. If you're gonna give us like, if you're gonna let them go all in, give us true heel street profits, man. That's what we need. Like
It,
true heel work. Like that's like the most aggressive I've ever seen Angelo Dawkins in my life last night. Like
Yeah, true.
besides when he knocked Braun Strowman shit loose at Mania 2 years ago.
ooh, that
Like
boy knocked his shit loose.
so I just feel like 2025, if this don't work out, like Montez got to go on his run finally. Like
Or,
you
or
got to do
or go
something.
to AEW or do something different because they holding them back. You don't want to lose too much of your youth, man. Fucking, playing around. Montez Ford, the fact that we haven't seen him and at least kind of hinted at some kind of solo individual
Yep.
run. Yeah,
They did that one time at the Elimination Chamber. That was the only time he ever got like a solo type push,
yeah,
and he lost it. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
yeah. They didn't do anything with it. Yeah, he brought him in the elimination chamber. Then remember, he was in them having them individual matches. He even fought Roman that time. But
Yeah.
They just never really ran with it. But they didn't take it serious like building him a character. They just separated the tag team. If you from coming from a tag team, you have to build a character, man. If you want any kind of success, that's the fucking reason Roman didn't work when he left the Shield. You have to build a character, man. You can't just leave a motherfucker like, oh well, I'm just a Big E without the New Day now. Nah, nigga, you got to be a new presence.
That's a,
I'm feeling.
that's another one. What the fuck is that storyline?
Okay, it ain't no storyline, B. It's just Big E ain't coming back.
Nah.
I
I'm
don't think Big
assuming.
E coming back.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck, bro. This shit was so. It was as good as there was. It also left a lot of like, okay, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, if this is all just to make Xavier and Kofi heels, then they've already accomplished that. Now, I mean, I don't think you drop what you're doing with the War Raiders just to appease them, because I think that's
Yeah.
a breath of fresh air in the tag division. Like we haven't seen that big of a powerhouse tag team since like Kane and Big Show back in the
Mm.
Oh
day. That's actually
shit.
moved like that. And I mean, and actually funny was DIY versus what is it, Machine Guns a little underwhelming last night?
Bro, I wasn't even looking. I was joking around in my live. I was like, "That's my bathroom match, yo." I'm not hating on them. I'm not saying that they're bad talents, but it's just one of those things where I don't know if it's just a lot going on around them. The women's division is killing it. The women's division is almost killing it harder than the men's division. The men's division is coming up, and we're seeing some difference in it, I guess. But to me, the tag division on both sides is fucking lackluster, yo. Not saying that they don't have great tag teams. I'm just saying that the tag team stories and the tag team build, it ain't it. It
Yep.
ain't it. To throw a 2 out of 3 falls tag team championship match on a rumble? Come on, bro.
They
What the
really had
fuck?
no because they fucked up and they fucked up bad because they put pretty much all of the singles men in the Royal fucking Rumble.
The
So
rumble.
you had no other alternative but to make a tag team match, and all the other
Mm.
women were in the Royal Rumble, so you couldn't make a women's title match. So it was pretty much like, okay, we gotta bite the bullet and we gotta do something. You could have just had 3 matches.
Could have.
Could have just had
Yeah.
3 matches, man.
The shit was like 5 hours long. You definitely could have held that match. It wouldn't have mattered.
You
Tell
could
you
have
right
had
now.
Yeah.
you could have had 3 fucking matches. It was like the Royal
You
Rumble,
could have
Cody, Kevin
honestly kept
Owens.
Shinsuke out and had a U.S. title match.
That's what I was gonna say. You
But
could have. Yeah,
but who's
they're not really.
Shinsuke fighting? Because there's no opponent for him now. LA Knight just lost to him. Andrade lost to him. Carmelo
Well,
Hayes lost. It's like what we doing?
you saw he's following around on
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown. Who was he following? I can't remember.
Damian Priest, LA
Yeah,
Knight, Jimmy Uso.
yeah, yeah. I've been noticing that,
Oh,
but
speaking
like
of
you said,
that, man. Okay, am I the only one who is like, how do we go from all this craziness throughout the year to potentially having Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania?
they said Drew pissed about that shit.
Because apparently Logan Paul fucked the spot up for a lot of people. Well, apparently he messed the thing up where we're supposed to plant the seeds for Damian and Drew. He apparently did something wrong to AJ Styles, and apparently the way he flipped Punk didn't appreciate that, being like a 45-year-old man landing on his back on the outside of the ring and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
But I
yeah, yeah,
mean, it's just like those two have almost had nothing to do with each other for the last year, outside of like them having like small run-ins during the Judgment Day era. Drew's
yeah.
whole motive has been
Bloodline.
Roman's gonna go crazy with power. We got to stop him. We got to stop him. I don't like Cody. I don't like Seth. I done went to war with Punk. What the hell does he have to do with Priest?
All right, he's
And
on
it,
SmackDown, I guess.
yeah,
That's
there
about
was
it.
yeah, because I was like, who the fuck threw Drew out the fucking ring to begin with? And it was
Yeah,
Damian Priest. I was like, well, who the fuck threw Damian Priest out the fucking ring? It's just like, what the fuck is that shit made no fucking sense.
you
It
know,
was so
hey,
stupid.
you know who I thought that too. Also, I thought that with when Ivy Nile threw out Lyra. And then who the fuck threw out Ivy Nile? It was like nobody. It was like Maxine or some shit.
Maxine.
I was like,
Maxine,
what the fuck y'all
yeah, like,
doing? Y'all
yeah,
telling ass backwards stories.
yeah.
So
This shit
should
was so
Maxine
stupid.
go for the title or should Ivy? Both.
Oh, but are we happy that Alexa Bliss finally came back?
Yeah. Yeah, I was happy to see it. Like I popped. I ain't gonna lie.
Depends on what they do with her.
Yeah.
Depends on what
I
they do
hope
with
they
her.
do good.
It's great when you come back and then it's like, all right, that was again, like I said, it's a moment. What the fuck do we do with you?
It's true.
Do you go?
Yeah.
Do she go after the Intercontinental Championship? I mean, Becky ain't back yet. I don't know when the fuck Becky coming back. Does she
I
go for
don't
the
know where.
Intercontinental title?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind. We're gonna find out a lot of shit on Monday. Hopefully, it's
Hopefully
still
tomorrow
3
they tell
hours.
us. I need one of them to announce a WrestleMania match. I don't need this shit to drag out. I don't need this to be months upon months of weeks and weeks upon weeks TV. Fuck this shit. Jay, you wanted Gunther, you went in there to go win the Royal Rumble to fight him. Please fight that man at WrestleMania so we can move the fuck on and get this elimination chamber that I know is gonna happen, which is like Drew and Cena and Roman and said and CM Punk.
It's
Like
about
Damien.
to be
maybe Logan Paul. I don't know how you put his ass in there when you know damn well he's not gonna win this shit. Like, I guess you could put him in there, but for what fucking
Yeah,
reason? I
he'll
don't get
probably be
it.
in there.
You could put
I feel
I
Sammy
like
in
like
they
there.
AJ being back. I'll tell you that.
AJ being in that shit. I wouldn't mind AJ.
I wouldn't
I
mind
feel
AJ
like they
either.
might do Logan versus AJ.
That's what I said. I definitely feel like they set that up. As soon as I saw AJ Styles, I ain't gonna lie, I thought they was gonna place Logan versus AJ. But also, B, I like what you said last week on STR that I kind of want Gunther to lose the title before Mania. I wouldn't mind seeing somebody. I
It,
don't think Gunther fits in and I'm not saying anything against Gunther. I'm saying I just feel like there's something else to be had for that Mania match,
it
man.
would
I don't.
it would have been good if Jay didn't win last night then. Because I think if Jay didn't win, then yeah, Gunther dropping the belt before WrestleMania would have made way more fucking sense. But
Yeah.
now that Jay has won, it's like I don't want to see Jay versus Cody. And Gunther's
Yeah,
the only person
definitely
that
wants
makes
that.
any. And Gunther's the only person that makes fucking sense. You know what they also are doing? And I realized this shit. They're giving you what you wanted from last year. You wanted Chad Gable to take the belt from Gunther, and they
Mm.
gave you Sammy. And so now they're like, okay, we gave you that last time. Okay, we're gonna give you Jay and Gunther again. Let's see what happens. And y'all just like, nah, we don't want that shit. I was
Yeah,
like,
but this is
nah.
this is gonna be it's gonna it's gonna be about 2 months of you're nothing but Samoan trash. You didn't get here, but nothing from your family. Like Gunther gonna
That's
cut
right.
deep for like 2 months, like to build this up. But I'm like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when Punk, Roman, and Seth went out, I was like looking at the finals. I was like, there's no sick way in hell they would actually give this shit to Logan fucking Paul. I was like,
Nah, there's
Triple
no
H, you
way.
better not. I was like, but when it
you
came
really want
down to of all people, Cena and Jey Uso, I was like, you can go either way. The crowd's gonna be happy.
Yeah, that's what I
But
said. I wouldn't have cared either way.
I feel like he deserved the moment though. I feel like he really deserves the moment.
yeah, it's the thing about wrestling right now, right? Where it's like we said, like I said earlier, like it's predictions versus storyline. Like do you want the obvious fucking decisions or do you want the surprise? Which one do you
Yeah,
want?
I want the surprise. I've
We
always
want the
wanted the surprise.
surprise. Until we get the shit, and then we're like, oh shit, I ain't
Then
want
you
that.
bitch about it. Yep.
Like, oh shit, I ain't want that. Like, hold on now, I
Yeah.
did not want that shit. And that's the
Yep. Then
thing,
you
and
bitch
that's like
about it.
we gotta stop doing that shit to ourselves because we kill ourselves with that shit all the time. We do that
But you
shit.
know something, B? The thing is, though, man, no matter wrestling, no matter whatever, like most of the time it's like that, man. It's like, whether it be story and you can predict the shit out of it and you're accurate and everything like that or whatever, and then you get it and you're like, oh, I knew it was gonna happen, and then it happens, and you're like, that was kind of underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's just what it is, man. It sucks because we always gonna be critics, bro. We fans.
Yeah.
We deserve to be critics. You feel me? It does get annoying when everybody's just always like you always got the people that's bitching about the same old shit. But it's like it is WWE's job to make us fucking want some awesomeness happen, bro. You know, if
Uh,
just saying, if some crazy shit, you know, my crazy ass, if some crazy shit with Karrion Kross came out and he won the Rumble, if we got to Raw the next week and all of a sudden Karrion Kross, I control the Wyatt Six, I've controlled Triple H, and Triple H comes out with zombie eyes. We'd be like, what the fuck? But we'd be engaged. You feel me? They can tell that story. They write the show. So I'm saying it's their investment. They have to get us invested. We don't just got to make ourselves. We
yeah.
watching this shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. The Carry Cross one is a hard thing to sell for me. I'm sorry, bro. It's just hard to sell that shit. It's hard to sell it, bro. It's hard to sell it. I can see it. It's just
Yeah,
hard to sell that shit right
you'd
now.
have to sell
Especially
it.
Especially and like if this is old carrying costs and NXT carrying costs, alright, bro, give me that dude 100-fold. Give me that dude all day. This is old NXT carrying costs. I'm with you. Do it.
Yeah,
Where the problem lies, and this is the thing, and this is something I said. Well, while Sami Zayn was consoling Kevin Owens' dead body last night on the
yeah, for
ground.
real, for real.
Sami Zayn was consoling his best friend's body last night
KO
on
was
the
dead
ground.
last night.
He was dead. I don't give a fuck nobody say that motherfucker was dead.
They
Fuck
cloning
Oh,
that
this
nigga
yo,
right
shit.
yo,
now.
yo, yo. No, that's not dead. I show speed. That's dead.
Oh,
That
that motherfucker
motherfucker was
died.
dead. He died. He went
That
to two bodies last night.
oh, we saw two bodies on some shirts.
Yeah,
Holy
dude
shit.
Bruh.
was dead, yo.
The
Ooh,
slow
shit.
motion on that spear is funny as hell, though.
I was crying, bro. I couldn't
um,
breathe. I was laughing so fucking hard.
I,
And that's the clip that I made too when I was laughing. I tell you, I was laughing all the point when I heard his music. As soon as Triple H was in the back and I saw him turn the speed, I was crying. I was like, these people crazy. And then when he got speared, no, first when he threw people out, I was like, they wild.
yeah.
He
And then he
eliminated
speared.
Otis.
That shit
Yo,
was funny, man.
the fact that that man did not get eliminated after that spear, he got thrown over the fucking announce desk.
But Otis,
Oh, I got lunch. I didn't even give a fuck if he hit the table or not.
nope, he didn't even look. Catapulted his ass.
Looking through
That
that
shit
nigga
was,
behind him, like fuck this
yep,
dude.
yep.
Like that shit was fucked up, bro.
You
Oh my god,
you
who
know
made?
damn well they go into that like stuff like that. I'm guarantee you they go into spots like that. Yo, show them what we all about. I guarantee you. Show them this
Yo,
ain't no fucking game in
Exactly.
here.
who put that man? Who did that shit to that man? Who bet? What bet he lost?
Yo,
Ain't no
listen,
way in
bro.
hell,
William
bro.
set him up.
Hey, dude, that dude got a fat ass. I guarantee his paycheck is fat from that damn spot right there. Shit, I'd do it. Let them be like, take Brian B from STR and throw his big ass over the thing. Listen, bro, I'll be right there taking the heat for all of us.
He got
Triple
RKO'd on the
check.
night on Sable at WrestleMania. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
this motherfucker turned into a crash test dummy. What the fuck is going on? Turn this man into a fucking
Earn
crash test
stripes.
dummy.
For real.
Holy shit, that was bad, man. That was
For real.
fucking horrible, man.
Yeah,
So
that's
what's
wild.
next? What's next? What we thinking is next? I know it's hard to predict this shit, especially right the
Yeah.
fuck now. It's
Yeah,
damn
it's
near
hard.
impossible. But
I
what the fuck do
mean,
we think is next? Holy shit.
are we really fathoming? Honestly, I ain't trying to be funny, even though I love it. Is Cena versus Cody that big of a match?
Mm.
Because the outcome is either Cody Rhodes retires John Cena and he stays a 16-time world champion, or John Cena for one day is going to become champion. Because what do you do with Cena afterwards?
I don't think Cena having a main. I don't think Cena
See,
having a main event match at Mania.
this is why we family. See that? Because I said that same shit just a moment ago. I said I want Cena to win the 17 title. What the fuck is the story afterwards? As soon as he
Yeah,
wins the
that's
belt,
it.
what do we do? What did we do? Like he wins the belt. Okay, whoop de fucking do. He had a moment. What the fuck do we do afterwards? Who he dropping the belt to?
That
Who
part.
Yeah,
he dropping the belt to? What are we doing? Who he dropping the belt to? Because somebody got to be credible to beat him. You can't just put no fucking belt back on, just some fucking random ass superstar. Like somebody got to be like Cody, Roman. Like it's got to be a real like person that could really beat Cena and take the belt from him.
bro, like you're saying, what's next, man? We also got to go by like what's been because there's so many
Mm.
stories that haven't been tied up. There's so much story that hasn't been tied. CM Punk and Seth haven't been all the way tied up. Seth and Roman haven't been tied up. The Roman and the Bloodline shit haven't even fully all the way been tied up. So it's
Yes,
like we
it's
still have
the
a
way he
lot of
double
open
stomped
ends
his ass last night.
for real.
Fucking dope stuff the shit out there.
I feel like you know what? But because of that, Slim, I feel like that gave Seth Rollins more of an edge on any fucking body. Because Seth looked like an
Yeah,
animal last night, and it looked like he was
yeah,
completely frustrated, like he was tired of everything. So I'm
yeah.
more interested to see what Seth's got going on than anybody at this point.
True. And we also got to think about it during that historic reign. Besides the bloodline interferences, what was technically the only asterisk on that reign? He
Seth
had a
Rollins.
disqualification victory against Seth when he
Seth
came out as a
Rollins.
Shield member.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, history wise, Seth has always had Roman's number,
Especially in title
Yeah,
always
matches.
has
that's
had
right,
Roman's number. But we haven't seen them, besides last night, we haven't seen them physically touch for almost like 3, 4 years.
Yep.
So,
bro.
I mean, and a lot of people clamoring for that, you know, of course, I feel like Punk's going to be involved somehow, triple threat
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
maybe. But a lot of people have been clamoring for that one-on-one Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns match on a big stage.
y'all remember
People.
I was before I said the shit about Damian Priest cashing in and everything, and I was just trying to like take it to another level. My whole thing was the person who should have stopped Roman Reigns was Seth Rollins. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like that for a while because, like we're saying right now, like Seth was the one that had Roman's number, and in a way he did. In a way he did because a lot of people point out the reason why Roman lost was because Seth, took the attention. He brought back a side of Roman, and it took him away from his he took the eye off the prize, and then bam, Cody was able to sleep up in there. But
And yeah, people don't remember the Royal Rumble match more so than just the ending. Seth beat the shit out of Roman.
he did,
He beat
he
the
did.
shit out of Roman for a good
Yep,
bit of that match. He was countering the shit out of Roman. Roman was like, "What the fuck? What is this?" Like, he couldn't
yep,
do shit in that match.
yeah, yeah. Seth is a beast,
And
man.
it,
Roman can't out wrestle Seth, in my opinion.
He
Seth is
can't.
one of the fucking top dudes, man. And it's just like I hope that we get the fucking bullshit goofy clothes. I don't want to see that no more. I really, really hope that Seth Rollins comes in on some serious shit. Like I'm tired of playing with everybody. I'm ready to get ruthless and just goes to town all the way to Mania.
yep.
Yeah.
Shit, take the belt from Gunther. I don't give a fuck, bro. I want to see some craziness, yo. It's Mania season. I want arguments. I want us to fucking light it on fire. It's Mania season, bro. It's Mania in Vegas. I want wildness. I don't want all this extra precautious shit. I don't want these 25-year stories to build up to. I want The Rock to come out and power bomb Cody so he loses the belt. I want craziness, yo. It's
You want the
Mania
Rock
Yep.
to,
season.
you want the Rock to power bomb Cody?
I don't know something.
And did anybody see the formula for the men's rumble last night? Let's put all the small guys in first.
Early,
Yeah,
early.
early. Get it out the way.
Same thing, and they did that same shit with women too. They did the same shit with the women.
That's right.
But
Like,
I feel like they were low key testing out waters. Like, okay, we got Penta versus Ray, Penta versus
mm-hmm,
Santos Escobar,
mm-hmm.
Penta versus Jacob Fatu. And
That fucking
Jacob Fatu
Mexican,
went off in that match last night.
that fucking
He
Mexican
did, man.
destroy on Jacob was fucking brutal. That fucking Mexican
Yeah,
I've,
destroy on Jacob
I've
was
never
beautiful.
I've never seen a double stack Samoan drop
I love it.
ever in my life.
I love it. As soon as I told my wife, I said, "Wow, she about to clear house." Jacob went in that bitch and took
And
him out.
you know what? You know what sparked me yesterday? That has to be a big question. What the fuck are you doing with Carmelo Hayes?
He's another one that's really
He,
good, but I think he actually also has a good character, but I don't think they know what to do with him.
I feel
They,
like
yeah, he was the first person to get
Melo's
eliminated.
He
yeah,
was. Oh, that's right.
Melo
He
He
was.
was, he was the first
he
person to get
already
eliminated.
Damn.
he already has to work like HBK because he's a smaller,
Hmm.
athletic guy.
Yeah.
But I think it's like okay, like crazy example, but like him and Braun Breaker NXT were 1A, 1B.
Hmm.
Like,
Yep.
they were token as the next thing. Like you can't deny Braun's speed and power and everything. He was gradually going to get noticed first based on how, rampant we are for like the next big beast. And like Melo has had like that slow saturation process. I feel
Hmm.
like for him, like he's he's over in a sense, but he's not as over as he was in NXT. Like, that whole him
Yeah.
gimmick is not catching on like as quickly as people would. And it's like, but the look, everything he has, he screams like, okay, like if I saw Carmelo Hayes with the US title, like, okay, like that's Carmelo Hayes, United States champion. And like he could actually hold that shit down. And
Yeah.
who's to say that, he doesn't get a mania moment and that's Carmelo Hayes winning the US title at WrestleMania. But I mean, they ain't doing nothing. Like,
It- that's a big difference too, Slim, between and I'm not saying NXT is like, the talent of NXT is underwhelming or anything, but to be real, man, that's the big difference between the main roster and NXT. NXT, I mean, these guys are phenomenal. Their talent is, without a doubt. You know what I mean? Especially the women right now. We keep saying it. But when you get to the main roster, man, it is just a different level. You're literally up there with people who have been, in this place for years, have main events at WrestleMania. You have so much to kind of live up to. And then
Hmm.
when you're thrown into that dynamic, even if you are phenomenal, you're a great guy in the ring, even pretty good. Carmelo's even pretty good on the mic, but it's
Yeah.
just where do you fit in? Like we're talking about like Seth Rollins and them motherfuckers. Like where do they fit in right now? Like damn well you're gonna be talking about where does Carmelo fit in? Where does Braun Breaker fit in? He kind of been an underthought and he got a championship.
yeah,
So I
Yeah.
don't know, man. It's hard. It's
This,
hard. We got to see some people leave before I think we really start seeing some people really get more attention being brought to them.
yeah. I mean, I think they see something in Carmelo. I don't know what the fuck they gonna do to push him because he getting pushed. Like you got, bro. You just got in the ring with Jimmy Uso, bro. Like
Yeah, he's on
that
screen.
you like literally are in the kind of like a bloodline story kind of arc still too, because you just Jacob and them came out there to save your ass a couple of
That's
weeks ago.
right. That's
Like
right.
so clearly the bloodline, like so clearly they see something with you. They just don't know how to really push you, and especially on SmackDown where you've already fought Cody Rhodes too. You've already fought
Yeah,
Cody.
that's right. Or for
You've
Cody.
already fought, you beat Kevin Owens in a fucking King of the Ring match.
Damn, that's right.
So it's like I don't know really what they do with Carmelo. I think they're doing it exactly the way they're supposed to do it, but on top of that is like you wasn't gonna be LA Knight because LA Knight was just fucking on.
yeah,
Every time he came out, he had a pop. Like it was just he wasn't gonna be him. That 7 game series with Andrade, they need to run it back. I'm not gonna lie, they
yeah.
probably need to run that shit back.
You think so?
They need to run
Ah,
that shit back.
I was over that shit
They,
while it was happening. I ain't gonna
they,
lie,
they,
man.
they need to run that shit back. The reason why I say they need to run it back because now Andrade, I was really saying Andrade got the most out of. He got nothing out of that shit.
Andrade just I don't think
He
he
went.
ever gonna find his feet, man.
He really went back to like the okay, cool, you just
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
He went right back to being, all right, you cool, you're just there.
Low key would
Like
love to see Andrade versus Penta.
that
the
shit would be
Penta.
good.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot of
That
people.
shit would be good.
Escobar. There's a lot. I mean, like you said, with Ray and Penta starting that shit.
Hmm.
The first two of the Rumble. There's a lot of talent in the whether you call it lucha, whether you call it just between the Mexican wrestlers. There's a lot of talent in there, but you can't just have what I'm saying, like
Yeah,
this
I
group of people
my
wrestling each other
I,
every week and shit.
it's funny that you also saw it said NXT because I said this shit last night. I was like, yo, you got to be looking at the NXT. You got to look at the women's Royal Rumble, and then you got to look at the men's Royal Rumble. It'd be like no man from NXT was ever even considered. to be in that
Nope.
Royal Rumble.
Ethan Page.
Not
I knew Trick
one.
Williams gonna be in it.
Trick was there and he didn't even get an axe.
Uh,
Like, hey, bro, you got your
yeah.
gear? Nope. Like, you
I
got
was,
your gear? Nope, nigga. Like,
Nope.
over
I
Femi. Like, what
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say
fuck?
I thought Oba was. I definitely thought they was gonna have like a small spot for Oba in there, like to showcase him
He
or
could have
something
taken the
like that.
Braun spot. Like, yo, he could have taken the Braun Strowman spot.
He could have. That Braun Strowman spot was a fucking waste of time. That was
It
a
was a waste
super
of
waste of
fucking
time.
time.
That was a
Bro,
waste of
if
time.
if Oba came in, eliminated Jacob Fatu, and they got eliminated by John Cena, y'all would be like, yo,
Let's
who the
go.
fuck is this dude? Who the
So,
fuck
Yep.
is this dude? Joe Hendry got a fucking spot in the Royal Rumble. And the fucking NXT
Arian
champion.
Fox is
And, you know, NXT champion on the former one didn't even get a goddamn call. What the fuck is going on? These motherfuckers didn't even get
It's
a text
true.
message. They didn't
It's
get a
true.
text message like, yo, hey, bro, just wondering.
It's
Like,
true, bro. It's
motherfuckers didn't
true.
even get a. Holy shit. Yo, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion got speared by Roman Reigns while your ass at concession. Fuck out of here.
Damn.
Get nachos and shit.
That's true, bro.
hey, but quick question though. Who the fuck gave Finn this random Spotify rap song that nobody knew?
Everybody like, who the fuck is that? Everybody looking
Like
around.
the no, like Finn Balor? What?
Yo, everybody looked around like, who the fuck is
I didn't know who that was.
that?
Until I saw the X's on the damn thing, I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's Finn Balor. Like,
I was like, oh, Finn. I was like, because I know the fucking theme song at all. Like, yeah,
stop singing your
fucking.
music, nigga. Yeah.
They
You're right.
they get a nigga random ass, generic ass 2K music song. Fuck out of
For real.
here. Fucking creative
That was
player
Nobody knew
one of
ass.
none of his rapping.
Fucking creative player ass motherfucking songs and
I
shit.
I feel bad for Finn because I still feel like there's a lot of potential for Finn, and I'm not even talking about Judgment Day. I'm talking about there's a lot of potential. You got AJ Styles in there, bro. You have TNA's involvement now with W. Like I feel like they can do a lot with Finn Balor, bro. He's got a lot of history in this business, and the fact that they still kind of just throw him around is crazy, bro.
I mean, outside of the Judgment Day, he was just lost in the shuffle.
Really
Yeah.
lost.
And for the
Yeah.
last 3 years, it was, yeah, we got a special match. Can you bring out the demon? He's not going to win. We
Yeah.
just need to switch back.
Yep.
Oh my
He,
god,
that,
that's
that
no,
character
that.
has lost all luster and power.
Oh my
It's
god, man.
not intimidating. It's not intimidating anymore. Like, when you first saw it in NXT, and it's like, you can argue that the title run with JD is probably his best work he's ever done, and Judgment Day is the best work he's done in a long time. 'Cause I don't care what nobody says. Finn as a face is boring as hell.
Mm,
He's not a good face. Kissing babies and shaking hands and coming out in all white boots and all that stuff. Finn's great as a heel. This is the guy who created Bullet Club, for God's sake. And I
yeah.
mean, like, to me, he's never gotten his just due for Seth injuring him and him dropping that Universal title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this just stopped immediately after that.
like if it wasn't Jay earning, like, doing putting in the work and earning the moment, I wouldn't be mad at a Finn versus Gunther at WrestleMania, because hell, they were teasing that in
Yeah.
NXT before, I think the pandemic and all that shit starting to happen and everything like that. So I mean, it's possible, but I mean, you're right though. They got to do something with him, like,
Shit, they were
because
just
Yeah.
teasing it. Yeah, they were just teasing it just recently.
SmackDown.
Yeah, like they were just teasing it just recently.
Yeah.
I know they put Priest in the match, but it's like, not that was at first it was just Gunther versus Finn.
Yeah,
It was just
that whole
Gunther versus Finn.
Damian Finn shit, and then now they looks like they're going towards Finn, and oh, Dom took your spot, so they're gonna probably address that. I mean, the Judgment Day is definitely about to be broken up. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Especially, it's going to be easier now probably because JD is out, and you got less people to kind of just break up. I mean, I don't think they need a rivalry. I think they should
Well,
just part
soon.
ways. Just part ways, man.
Like
Dominic's a
shit.
standalone dude, man.
Yeah, they teasing Dominic versus Penta.
I like that
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. That before Ray and him, yo.
I think Ray and them going to be the Mania match. I don't know how they're going to play it. I don't think it's going to be a heel versus babyface match. I think it's just
Yeah,
going to
that's
be a match.
yeah.
It's
I
a
think
it's a it's a pass the torch like luchador match. Like
Yeah.
I oh shit. I feel like they're gonna do what they always do, which is like team Finn and Dime up against Ray and Penta.
nobody
Or
wants
are
to
they
see
still
that.
What's
are
that,
they are
man?
they still are they still got their Ray and New Day shit going on? So it might be New Day and Ray versus Penta. Is it some
That
shit?
is so ass. That's
They gonna do
raw.
some.
That's raw right there.
That's what they fixing gonna fucking. We know this shit coming. Me
Either
personally is
that
like,
or
with me personally is like, bro, Brian Breaker's the champion. I've been said this. If I was them, I would have took the belt off of Brian Breaker, let him win the Royal Rumble last night. That's
Mm.
just me. I would have just let Brian win the Royal Rumble last night and have him and Gunther. You teased it. Might as well see what the fuck you got
I
out of
wouldn't be
this.
mad at that. I
They
wouldn't be
had
mad
a
at him.
match. They had a match in NXT. Like, bro, like they are the future.
they
Let's see
they
what fucking
gotta
happens.
they gotta have some type of plan for you if they allow you to spear Roman Reigns.
Trying to tell you.
Speared the shit out of Roman.
Yeah.
that shit was. That
I
shit was.
said last night. I feel like they should take the spear away from everybody because it's the most overused move in wrestling, and I think that they should take the spear away from everybody except Braun. I think
Yeah.
he's the only one that should be able to do it. Roman spear is weak as shit. Jay spear is not even a fucking spear; it's more like a flip. Let's be real. Not no
Just do
spear,
it.
bro.
He hugged you to the ground. He ain't getting speared no shit. He hugs you to
Like,
the ground.
like you
Fuck
trying to
we
Well,
catch
doing?
like you trying to catch a football or some shit. But
Fucking
Braun got
hurry.
the most legit spear in the
Bobby
industry.
Lashley spear is ugly.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that
like
is
his
true.
spear?
Bobby Lashley with that whole side roll crap, man. Come on, that was good.
Yeah,
That shit is.
he kind of like
I just
roll
feel.
out the spear. Like he's not like he like a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
spear. He kind of like rolls out the spear. What's up, Warren?
Braun got the only
What up?
Goldberg type fucking spear in the industry, yo.
Yeah,
Braun takes your head off with that shit. Ask
yeah,
I show speed.
yeah. I'm about to say, ask that man. He probably
ISO
know better than
Speed
anybody.
messed up the turn.
Oh shit, that's who coming in and fading the black. What up,
Oh,
Warren?
what up? I'm not used to freaking Zoom. Hold on, give me a sec. I guess I gotta
All
figure out
right.
how to share the screen.
Yeah, but yeah, that match. Yeah, but that whole shit. But I've been said that like drop the belt, put that shit on somebody else, and have Brian Breaker win it, go win the Royal Rumble, and put him against Gunther. That would have been way more fucking entertaining.
That'd be a good story.
Give me Penta versus Braun and Mania.
We're
I'm
Mm.
not
saying,
on the I Hate Jey Uso win Rumble, are we?
oh
No,
nah.
no, we don't hate you.
Okay.
I can't
I was
believe
just
people
making
are
sure.
actually mad about that shit.
Don't worry, Warren. We
Good.
still hate Cody. It's okay.
Wrestling is all about. I like it when it happens. I'm gonna hate it when it sits
Does
in for a
happen.
little bit. I've learned that with this
Hmm.
business. It's ridiculous. But
Oh, I was in every African American wrestling group known to man last night. You would have thought that friggin'
shit.
Charlotte Flair is
Luckily,
still
y'all got to
fighting the
watch it
king
when it
herself.
happened. I didn't get to watch it until 8 o'clock this morning.
Damn.
It was
And then
crazy.
apparently I needed sleep, so I just woke up.
but
I ain't never slept this long.
that's the thing
How do you
about
get
like
this screen on here?
you got your camera on.
I mean, it's on the laptop. I'm in on my computer. Let me see.
This is GTV from the Attitude Era.
What is it? Oh,
But
yo, who
but
else? Yo, just on another thought. Like, we saw Triple H is in the Hall of Fame.
hmm
One person that I know he's like in Ring of Honor and everything right now, but I want to see Goldust in the Hall of Fame, man.
I'll be after his contract with AEW.
Yeah,
uh,
I'm ready to see that.
Tony Khan ain't gonna let that happen.
that shit ain't happening.
What?
Tony Khan will never. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Tony Khan is never gonna let that happen.
No, mommy can do it.
Yeah, Tony Khan. Yeah,
Well, you gotta wait till
I
she's
think.
out the shower.
You think Bray
Here's
gonna
a
get in?
big
Huh?
You think Bray's gonna get in?
Ray should get in. I mean, Triple H took the main spot. I don't think they're going to do anybody really big
I mean,
outside
Triple H
of.
didn't want to take it. That's even the funnier part.
He didn't.
he didn't.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Quiet.
Now
But yeah.
here's a good question because I think I don't know where Brandon's gonna go to. When do we see the return of Malachi Black?
Yeah, he's
Ooh, shit.
definitely coming back too, I think.
Yeah.
The question
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
what is
yeah.
he really gonna do? What was different? What he did from last time? I
I
mean,
mean, it's a
proven
lot
in
different.
AEW he couldn't really catch a break there. So like, I
I
mean, he's
think
a,
under
a
under
good
Triple H,
character,
yeah,
but I
he might
mean,
have a
like
little bit more.
longevity standpoint right now, like what really difference is it gonna make?
Yeah.
There's some guys you just gotta learn that are just independent guys. They got to the big time. That's about as big as they're gonna get. And I think there's some guys like Malachi Black, great talent, but they just never could change the dynamic of what they gave in the last show. Was there really a big difference between Aleister Black and Malachi Black? I say no. But Aleister Black was more produced in WWE than he was in freaking AEW.
Yeah.
He was cool when he showed up. It was cool for a little bit. When ISO Black was there for whatever, House of Black, whatever, it would work. But after that, like, what really different did they do? Like, Tony Khan carried these guys like a damn scoreboard. Like, it was like, hey, I got a Christmas list. I want to buy Ring of Honor. Check. What the hell am I going to do with it? I don't know, but I bought Ring of Honor. I'm going to partner in with New Japan. New Japan's been my all-time favorite. Every single thing of wrestling that I see in life, I want that. What has they done? Oh, I'm going to make them just way better than the U.S. talent. When reality, Slim might hate when I say this. Reality, New Japan doesn't know how to produce wrestling unless it's just, oh, move, 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 move. No storytelling at all.
Yeah.
And that's what doesn't work here. And that's one thing that they've been losing so much with the AEW following is because of that. And when
New
Tony
Japan,
Khan, I lost hope when this fool said there's no such thing as long-term storytelling anymore. You need to sell the product if you don't believe
That's the end of that shit.
I
Okay, put that
know
shit.
countless guys that work for Tony Khan right now are waiting for their contract to be up.
yep.
A lot of people
How
are
you
waiting for
have
their
somebody
contract
like
up.
Ricky Starks, they don't know how to use them. It's crazy.
Ricky Starks, he's one.
I'm
I
not
know
a
that
fan.
for a
I'm not a
fact.
fan of him. I don't know what it is. It's just
He'll be
he just
good. He would
corny
be
and
produced
tickling.
better in WWE. It's just these are the thing that a lot of these guys don't realize either. It's not necessarily about the heavyweight title standpoint, and that's what's hurting these guys' motivations in wrestling because they're like, oh, I don't have to be a heavyweight champion. Why the fuck are you there? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want. I could be in wrestling, but I don't have to be the world heavyweight champion. Your mindset should be you want to be the main champion of any fucking
The main
product.
event, yeah.
And I've heard
Yeah.
countless people
At
talk
least
about
the
it
main
on
event.
show and stuff like, hey, and countless people talk about, oh man, I don't have to be the main champion, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, you're doing the wrong business if that's the case. What's the point of you taking your body through all this if you don't want to be there? I'm like, if that's the case, that's why a lot of people are on that roster. They're like in a refrigerator. Oh, I'll pull them out for Wednesday. Oh, I got y'all for Collision. You can main event Collision. How many people are there? I don't know, 260 people? Maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, Warren, we've had a million of these conversations, but it's also the fact that you do have to understand everybody doesn't have an all-star personality. Everybody doesn't have an
No.
all-star motherfucking, way of moving or whatever, but you can still be entertaining without just being a main eventer. And that's the whole thing. Like we say it all the time, bro. Like you see guys and you see LA Knights and you see Pentas, you see even Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is not the fucking Undertaker. He's not The Rock, not Stone Cold. He never will be, but he's great at being what he is. The most decorated luchador wrestler of all time. So everybody has their place where they can fit, but you are right. They should go in with the mentality of like, hey, I'm going to go in there and be the best person I can possibly fucking be in this industry because I want this. This is what I love. This is my passion. So maybe I won't be The Rock, but I'll damn sure be Aleister Black. You feel me? I don't give a fuck how many times people fail with me. I'm gonna go on this. That's why, like I keep saying, I keep shouting out Karrion Kross because you want to know something? He's showing me that he's got personality when the fucking productions that are holding him are showing me nothing from him. but he's getting on social media. He's
Mm-hmm.
doing everything he can to show that
That
he is somebody that needs to be placed in a higher a higher era because
yeah.
they're not producing him right.
Yeah.
If you
I,
if
I
you
want to
look
ask
at
I want to ask Slim this question because I want Slim to answer this question. How do you feel about Alto Speed having one more elimination? He would have tied the Miz. If he would have had one more elimination, he would have tied the Miz for the most
My daughter
eliminations in the Royal
popped
Rumble.
so hard
I feel
for a
like that's a
speed guy. This
travesty in
dude's her
itself.
favorite YouTuber.
Man, the Miz has competed in
Annabelle, dog, I listened to
18
my
Royal
daughter
Rumbles.
scream saying that Speed is going to win the Rumble. I'm like, you're out of your mind. I'm
How did
Yeah,
she
that
arguing
was
feel?
with a
great.
6-year-old about
How did
I
who's
she?
going
How
to
mean,
did
win the
she?
Rumble.
How did she
I mean,
feel when
I
he got
know
speared?
They
I
killed
felt
him. They
like
killed him. My daughter started crying. She's like, okay, I want Cena to win again. No, my daughter popped when freaking Joe Hendry came out. I'm not even gonna kid to you. Like, my daughter's never watched a match of this guy. But that song I have to listen to once or twice every day.
Shit's catchy.
Picking
Shit is
her up from
catchy.
school, taking her to school, we have to listen to 4 songs. We have to listen to Cody's. We have to listen to Jey Uso. We have to listen to Joe Hendry. And then I got to listen to Moana 2 soundtrack. Those are the only 4 songs I ever have to listen to when it comes to my daughter. It's insane. Who would have
but
thought we see
Speed
Joe Hendry and Roman Reigns together?
That shit was
that
wild.
part.
That shit was
That was
wild.
one of the best parts of the Royal Rumble, just seeing all the matchups, man.
That was
That was
the
They
the
biggest
best part.
star-studded Rumble I've seen in
they
a
they finally let
long
Roman and
time.
Jacob touch each other. I was like, whoa, they let Roman and Jacob actually hit each other today? What the
I
fuck is
just
this?
knew Roman was gonna be the one that threw Jacob out.
That was a waste of fucking spot. I don't give a shit what
Tell
nobody
me.
say. Braun Strowman should have never been in a Royal Rumble. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of it. You could have gave that shit to Oba
I
Fett.
mean, he looked big. He looked strong as hell in it.
Yeah,
Nah,
you
that
could have
was a
you could have dragged
He
Omos from
speared
catering out
Roman.
You could have put Omos in that motherfucker. You could have put somebody in there. Like, y'all, that was a waste of fucking spot.
They told a story with Braun Strowman getting injured at Saturday Night Main Event. They should have let it build and let him come back as something different. It
Well,
was a perfect opportunity, man. Now
there.
it makes no sense, and you're setting up a fucking story between Braun and Jacob. Come on, bro. Nobody wants to see that shit.
it wasted of time. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. It
I
wasn't like the
agree.
women. It wasn't like the women's Royal Rumble where they just had spots where you just looking at that shit like, oh, okay, what the fuck is this? It
All
wasn't
right,
like that, but it was just
I'm
like,
gonna,
okay,
I'm gonna be that guy. Women did good, but they gotta slow the hell down. And this is what we realized too. That cardio was way different because those women were tired. I
Yeah.
mean, tired. Mia Yim looked like she was about to fall out after 10 minutes of being in that Rumble. The most characteristic thing from the women's aspect Rumble is Chelsea freaking Green.
Chelsea is great,
The
man.
dynamics, the characteristics, and Chelsea says it at its best. She didn't get into wrestling watching wrestling. She got in it watching Total Divas and all that stuff, and that's where you know she's got this place down to a T. She knows how to be a character and knows how to entertain you.
Yeah, she's a
Um,
good character. She's a really good character, and
Naomi's
she's a
moveset's
good
got to
wrestler.
change. Unless if the person knows what she's doing ahead of time, because that slide and her waiting to throw her legs and hit somebody, if they don't know it's coming, it looks absolutely terrible. And most of those women just look blown up.
they did look tired.
Roxanne was the MVP in my opinion in that.
Oh yeah,
Why did we
Jordan Grace
why did
too.
we
And the
kick
GOAT.
Nikki Bella out the
I
game?
said it, the GOAT. Charlotte Flair is back.
Talk the talk.
She's back. Needed it. I ain't mad about it. She
Haters
literally is
gonna
the
hate.
headliner.
Haters gonna hate.
listen,
Haters gonna hate.
listen.
I'm telling
Charlotte
you, bro,
won.
she's better than her dad. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. She is better than her dad. Her going
She is.
into WWE,
She
never
is.
It
being
ain't
in the
goddamn son.
indies, never being in the independent, and being the top star from it, and not even never wanting to be a pro wrestler.
Yep.
What is there
But
really
come
to
on,
argue?
but you could definitely have an argument against that by saying that. Not saying that she ain't talented, but I mean, her dad. I mean, if we're gonna compare,
Charlotte
let's
could
be real.
carry any wrestling product just based off of her.
Ric
Period.
Flair, because of everything he went through, because of his dynamic, and not just his wrestling ability, because he ain't the greatest wrestler in the world. His character, that motherfucker opened doors for a lot of people, for a lot of what wrestling is today, and we all know that. But I'm just saying, like, to make the comparison between daughter to father, I would still say, even though Charlotte's phenomenal, she got a lot of opportunities because her name is Flair.
I think
I
she's.
mean,
I
that
think she's done with just because she's a Flair. The
that
reality
that
is, it's not. She's Ric Flair's daughter. Ric Flair is the father of Charlotte Flair. In my
but
opinion, that's how that is going to always be.
so
Charlotte
so
has made her name, and it's not just because of her dad. When she
yeah.
first got in,
I,
yes, definitely, because the character that she did, she was fully her dad in a pro wrestling standpoint. But now, come on, bro.
so I will say this every single time. She was in NXT, yes, that's
Shut
Ric
up
Flair's
before I
kid.
beat your ass until you
When you win the Divas title, when you
I'm
win the
not
Raw
playing.
Women's Championship, when you win the SmackDown Women's
Is this a
Championship,
fucking plan? Get your
over
stupid
three
ass out.
times over, the 16-time champion.
Stop it.
Here's my thing: we don't bitch when it's a Blanchard, we don't bitch when it's a Rhodes, we
Yes,
don't
Rich.
bitch when it was a McMahon. You know the name. We don't bitch when it was a Briscoe. Hell, I don't see a lot of people bitching when it was the Von Erichs. You know, and we especially don't bitch when it's the
Oh,
Samoan
man.
dynasty. We can all
Yeah.
argue that a lot of people get opportunities just based off being Samoan.
Mm-hmm.
We could damn sure
For sure.
argue.
Now,
Yeah.
We could damn
now,
sure argue. We could damn sure argue that Jacob Fatu is only here because of his family heritage. So it goes both ways. But the reality of the situation is, when you're good at your job, you're just good
We
at your job.
well
And
we
secondly, if you haven't stepped up and captured the people while I was gone, oh the fuck well, I'm back
yeah.
and
And,
I'm doing
and
All
it
right.
better.
and we were
Let's
just
let's
talking
all
about
right.
like Carmelo and Brian Breaker. Brian Breaker, you can sit there and say that about the Brian Breaker because he's a Steiner. Like technically he doesn't use the name Steiner, but he's a Steiner. That's Rick Steiner's son. So,
Yeah, but the
but
difference that is a difference. Not him, not and I want to make it clear. I'm not saying that Charlotte Flair ain't talented, but what I am saying is we can't ignore the fact that if Charlotte Flair said, "I'm gonna be Ashley Mazzaro," and she walked into fucking WWE and nobody ever knew that she was Charlotte Flair, are we saying that just based off of her wrestling ability, she'd be at the status she is today? Fuck no. I can't even entertain like that's real. Well, because first off, she ain't great on the mic. She's not really anything but a phenomenal wrestler. She's placed in that position because of her name, because of her background, no doubt. Can she hold it? Of course. I'm not even disputing that. To me, Charlotte Flair is probably the fucking greatest women's wrestler of all time, maybe. Especially in WWE. But I'm just saying, like, the fact is, there's a lot of people who come from the family business. And yeah, we can't dismiss that. They can't do shit about that. Jacob Fatu is another beautiful fucking. He's got the Fatu name. But I'm saying, you see Jacob Fatu, and you put him in the fucking ring, and he's phenomenal. So it's the same shit. He got there from being Samoan, definitely, just like Charlotte got there from being her fucking dad. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to call a spade, yo, because I like Charlotte too.
reality,
I like
Jacob
Charlotte too,
Fatu's
but I
there
don't think
because
that I
Triple
don't
H
think
is
that it's
an
all about. I
independent
don't think that it's
background.
all about just the talent, because it is politics too, bro. I mean, there's a lot of fucking. If we're saying that, I wouldn't rather see Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. I wouldn't rather see a bunch of other matches. When I'm talking about, even like we said with Roxanne, Bucket, like Stephanie Vacour. If we saw some people coming up, shit, Bailey and somebody. I would like to see a little bit more than them just relying on somebody who's been out for fucking 15 months and they jump right back into the title picture immediately. It's just boring to me now.
I
That's the only
mean,
gripe I got with it.
Charlotte Flair. You know you're gonna get a match. You're gonna get a match that's gonna be talked about. You know the match is gonna be good. You know she knows how to elevate the talent that she's with every single time in the match. I think she looks at the aspect of just how her dad looked at it. Hey, here's what we're gonna do. We got this certain amount of time. We're gonna not only tear the house down, we're gonna make sure this match is remembered at all times. Charlotte does that, in my opinion. Like
Yeah, he's a beast.
Man, I
she
feel like
knows,
out of
and the
the
thing is too now, and this is the thing that people don't understand. Oh, she's the champion. She's the champion. There's no other way you can build her into anything else. Like, in my opinion, she is the female Triple H. Like Triple H had to have a championship. He had to have something because he drew the tickets for you to watch people beat him. And that's what I think that's what Charlotte is. Charlotte is the true anchor of pro wrestling when it comes to a women's perspective. I'm very excited about the TNA crossover because I have said it countless times. Everyone might not agree with me, but it is a fact. When you see Tessa Blanchard versus Charlotte Flair, that is going to be the greatest women's wrestling match of all flipping time. You have
gotta polish
two
this up a little bit more.
generations. This will bring so much historic nostalgia to pro wrestling because in a pro wrestling aspect, you've got a Blanchard and the Flairs or Fleer, if we really want to be the real standpoint when it comes to this last name. The Fleers and the Blanchards. That would be so phenomenal. One of the biggest things you could ever hear in a woman's wrestling aspect.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think a
it's
lot of
history.
people.
It's definitely history.
I feel like a lot of people also forget, like, when you really talk about the four horsewomen, she's the most
Is
consistent.
Sasha really as good as everybody thought? Like, look what she's doing in AEW. Like, she was supposed to be the big household baby face. Ricochet. You know what hurt him? Will Ospreay. He wrestles the exact same
Same
way,
way.
and Ospreay has
Same
more
way. Yeah.
characteristics than Ricochet.
Yeah.
You
I don't feel
see,
like
there's
this.
so much great talent, and then when they realize, hey, oh, I am this person, like everybody kept saying, Ricochet belongs in AEW. Yes, but here's your problem. You waited till Will Ospreay got there. Now, what is the reason for you to go? Because nobody's going to look at you and go, hey, you're way better than Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay can talk on a microphone. Will Ospreay can do these little things. Like, you're screwed. Like,
Yeah.
when you find out, when you go, hey, I am this big draw, I'm this main person to pay, Mercedes Moné is going to be my biggest example. If Charlotte Flair went to AEW, you'd be watching AEW because of Charlotte Flair. You wouldn't be watching about anything else because Charlotte Flair knows how to carry herself anywhere she goes. Anywhere. Bailey. I think Bailey could carry herself any other
Oh
promotion.
yeah. I think Bailey could actually definitely. She's got a promo.
Becky could carry it just based off her character.
Yep.
So, like, it's just those little things that look at and go, hey, what really could really do something? If Charlotte went to the independents, I think all the hardcore wrestling fans would even more respect out of Charlotte because they'd be like, oh my gosh, Charlotte just signed with AEW. Oh my gosh, Charlotte just signed with New Japan. Oh my gosh, Charlotte just done this. Okay, now I can accept her. What? What do you mean now you could accept her? So she can go back to bingo halls and stuff is what you give her respect? And this is an independent wrestler telling you this. Usually I used to be offended by somebody sitting there downgrading independent wrestling. But it's a true reality. Charlotte, as big as she is, and she's been at that top tier all the time, why does she need to go down just to show people's respect?
Yeah.
Like, that girl has literally earned everything she's done. And I think, with WrestleMania, I would be excited to see what her and Tiffany could do because this could really help Tiffany. Really help Tiffany. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I liked how it was one easy predict Rumble, and then there was the other. They did the biggest swerve of all time. And I even said in mission talks and stuff, the only reason why I thought Jey Uso was going to win is how Saturday night's main event happened. It wasn't promoted for a long extent time. The match was just set literally 2 weeks in advance, and the way they
Hmm.
built it up, I was
Yep.
like, it's Jay's WrestleMania. It's going to be Jay's WrestleMania because we're not getting Rock and whatever he was supposed to do. And it's a whole big thing, and you could tell that because now they still got that opening for Cody right now, just to find out if Rock is going to show up. So like it's going to be interesting to see what everything is about to fold. And man, Cena, I cried when he ran down the ramp. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie.
Everybody, everybody
When
had
I
a little tear in their eye when Cena came out there. Everybody was like, "Yo,
Bro,
this shit got a little
when
emotional."
I said at 8:30 this morning, and I'm sitting there watching this towel say, "My last time is now," and when you're seeing him drop the face, and you could just feel the emotion, like, bro, people don't realize they give so much shit to Cena. Cena is the reason why you were able to still watch wrestling if you were a Rock and Stone Cold fan or something like that, because
Yeah,
he was a true anchor guy that made you go, "Hey, man, I can buy T-shirts again. I can buy toys again." Like in reality, bro, I hate to say it, nobody's buying a damn John Morrison action figure. No one's buying a Tyson Kidd Lego set. Like, I mean, obviously these didn't happen, but I'm just giving examples. Like, that's
yeah,
what talent we got before we had John Cena. Like, come
yeah.
on, man. Like, sorry, Daniel Bryan wasn't as over yet at that time. Like, there was nobody to really carry that standpoint. So, and just seeing that, man, Cena made it to where I could watch wrestling and enjoy it for another 12, 15 years and stuff like that. Even though when Cena got hurt, when they did the Rumble where he first came back, bro, I stopped watching it until Cena came back because there was no one else to really watch. Triple H was out, Cena was out, Taker was fucking facing, who was it? It was some small dude. I can't even remember. He was feuding with Heidenreich and all them. I'm like, man, I'm not watching this. Or when Nathan Jones signed with WWE, I was like, oh my
Oh
God,
God,
this is going to be terrible. And I'm at 10 years old telling you how terrible this is going to be. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
yeah.
I'm shocked we didn't get
So
Randy.
yeah, yeah. So
I thought Randy would have been at the Rumble.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck. That, I don't know what the fuck they did. That was a whole bunch of plans. I think went out the fucking window and they had to do it on the fly. I'm assuming that shit. That's just how I looked at it. Like it was a
They
bunch
were
of
more
plans.
focused on the stardom standpoint
The star
because,
power because they could sell it
and
on
this
that.
was
Yeah,
good. I really thought this was good because this Rumble for the men's, I felt like we couldn't easily predict it. Like, I loved how they made it seem like CM Punk is guaranteed. Like, CM Punk,
yeah,
this is a year. And it made sense at that time. And then it showed Seth Rollins. And I'm like, all right, Seth is only in to make sure Punk's out. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And then when Seth finally attacked Roman, I'm like, oh shit, we're going to get Roman and Seth. Like, that is even just as big as any type of main event that we want to really talk about because
yeah.
and I've got to say this, Michael Cole has been telling stories so freaking well since the departure of Vince McMahon. Brian can hear me when I say this. I used to always say, Vince was a true anchor and it might feel a little different. Sometimes they might even go, oh, they might get in that AEW nostalgia. Like, oh, yeah, we can cuss, so we're going to cuss all the time. Michael Cole has done way more great on a microphone now than what he's done in the past.
Yeah,
For him to tell you that story, go, hey, the Shield split up in Indianapolis. The Shield also reunion was in Indianapolis. And then you see the first time in 5 years, Roman's back in a Rumble, and Seth Rollins is in the Rumble with him. And Roman's thinking, oh, I build myself back up. 5 months, recuperate, boom, 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 boom. I won the Ulafala. I partnered up with CM Punk. What is going on with here? And then you see Seth curb stomp him. There's your whole new mind blown going, oh my God, what's next? What's next for Seth? What's next for all these things that's going on? Punk had an anchor where he thought, oh, I'm in Mania. What is next? That means this Elimination Chamber coming up is going to be even more star-studded than the Rumble.
yeah. Same thing on the women's side because you don't know who the fuck gonna fight for the other title. So
I don't know who's gonna pair up with Rhea. I really don't freaking know. Now that we signed Jordan Grace, maybe, but I feel like that's
I
rushed.
yeah, that's a rush one.
Check it out, guys. I gotta go ahead and dip out, man. Getting ready, everybody
Yeah.
ready for bed
Uh,
over here. But yo, B, bro, great show, man. Been a lot of fun talking. I mean, I can't wait to talk with you on STR this Wednesday too. See what
Definitely.
happens after Raw.
Yeah. We gonna wrap it up with that one though. But like, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen next with WWE. This
I
whole
still
Royal
don't know
Rumble.
who Rhea's dance partner is. I remember
Yeah.
watching before the Rumble. I'm like, I don't know if anyone really can pair with Rhea anymore
I don't
because they've
know.
already had Rhea dominate everyone. So it's like
Every fucking person. Yeah. It's getting to
you're
the
gonna
point now.
have to bring somebody back.
Yeah. It's getting to the point now. It's just like fuck it. Either you gonna do the impossible, which is pretty much make her and Bianca fight at WrestleMania, which I can see. You give her Jordan Grace. You give her Roxanne. It's like
We didn't get
shit.
Jay.
You might even let her have a Io Sky match. Maybe Io wins the fucking elimination chamber. I don't fucking know. But it just I don't know what you do with Rhea. I don't know what you do with Cody, which it seems like it's gonna be The Rock. But even in that sense, it's like, well, you playing with fire with that one
Nah,
too.
it's Cena.
Me personally, it should be Drew McIntyre. That's just me. I think Drew and him would do way better than him and Cena, him and Rock. It would be way better. It'd be way more entertaining. It's shit. Like it would be way more fucking entertaining. Drew and Cody would be way fucking better. For that title, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I don't know. It's in me. It's like I said, Cena and Logan Paul would be way more fucking entertaining to me personally. Logan Paul is a cocky son of a bitch. John Cena is, hustle, loyalty, and respect. Like it will be way more entertaining.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that.
That AJ Styles, I don't know what you really do with AJ Styles. Before he got injured again, he
He,
was
he
going
he
after
was
the
injured in the fucking Rumble.
Rumble. Yeah, I think they rushed him back a
You
little bit too
saw it.
fast. Yeah, but I think AJ Styles needs to go for the U.S.
He's got to
Championship.
change his style up. That's the thing. Like
Yeah, he getting
these
he
guys got
too.
to realize. I mean, AJ's now too putting on muscle and stuff, so you're
Yeah,
not
he
gonna be
getting
able
too
to
old for that
land
shit.
on those feet like that normal again,
Yeah, he
man.
getting too old for this shit. He can't be keep
Yeah,
doing
I,
what he
I think
fucking
it's not.
used to do.
Hopefully this is his last run, and he does a good run, and they have a good send off.
Yeah, but the Royal Rumble was perfect, man. It was a perfect way to start off WrestleMania. If we're gonna start it off like this, one was predictable, one was not. Jay win, Charlotte won. John Cody put
Hey,
Kevin Owens
B,
through hell
Brian,
on earth.
who did I say who was gonna defeat Gunther for the World Heavyweight title?
Who did you say? I don't know.
Remember when Gunther first won? I said after we saw Gunther and Jey Uso fought for the Intercontinental Championship, fought for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I kept telling everyone, I said Gunther's opponent at WrestleMania is going to be Jey Uso, and Jey Uso was going to be the one to defeat him because the story is Jey has never beat Gunther in all those series that they have done from the Intercontinental Championship, from the World Heavyweight Championship. I said I didn't know how they were going to get it in there until after that Saturday Night's main event. And I was like, Jey Uso is literally the new Daniel Bryan, the
And
brand new
on
Daniel Bryan.
and on top of that, Jay just also beat somebody he also never beat, also Drew McIntyre. So
Yep.
it seems like they're trying to build that. Like they're trying to build like no Jay can beat these guys when he needs to.
Gotta
When it's
change that
on,
move set.
he can win.
Gotta
Even
change
though,
that shit.
but yeah, man. So I appreciate you guys for coming through, man, doing this with me, man. I appreciate you
Yes,
guys.
sir.
I know it's a
Definitely.
Sunday. I know y'all got kids getting ready for school tomorrow
Hey,
and all
if
that,
it's
man.
on Sunday, I can do it.
Bro,
I'm
that's
Yeah,
awesome. Nah,
all these
you
other
saw me
days,
coming,
bro.
bro.
I'm booked.
yeah. I appreciate you guys for doing this, man. Yeah. So definitely, man. So y'all go enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man. Appreciate y'all.
Be good,
We out.
brother.
We
All
out,
right,
man.
man.
All right. Peace.